Where's the... Ah, fucking live channel. Oh. 8. I had chili noodles. Probably a couple hundred calories just from the oil alone, from the chili oil itself. I finally got through this this crunchy shit. Let me see if I can get the picture up of it. What the fuck I ate. Oh god, turn off, mute my own fucking iPad. I should probably change the fucking tags what I'm doing tonight. Yeah, not EU4. Detroit. Become human. That's a weird spelling. Movie game. Who the fuck made the game? Are they working on a Detroit Become Human too? Quantic Dream. Fuck it. Alright, well, let me get up a fucking browser to show where the hell I am. Let me see if I can find this. Fly by Jing shit. Who's streaming? Oh, Lumi's co-streaming with Cleo right now. What the fuck are they doing? Nikkei anniversary. Oh, and they got Pippa too. Pippa's not streaming? Henya's streaming. Asmin's streaming. Doing old G Dark Souls? Go back to my own channel. Stop looking at other people whose channels I'm teaching. Do I not follow Smugalana? She's reacting to fucking Moist Critical. Alright, back to my own channel. Focus. What is this? What is this shit called? It's called Fly by Jing. What is this shit? Yeah, so they got the... Alright, what are their, yeah, there's sauces. So there's... I've had this stuff before. Then I got this stuff, which is filled with peanuts. There's not much oil to it, honestly, I would say. It didn't have, like, the kick that I want. And now I'm going through this shit. Extra spicy Sichuan chili. And that shit hits, so be careful with it. Oh, they got vinaigrettes, original XL and XL large size. Classic soy noodles. Chili crisp noodles. So, I had this one. This one's, you can't see there. Wow, zooming the fuck in. Holy shit. All right, sauces. See that? There's peanuts in there. So there's a lot of crunchy shit. And also, I don't know what those, some sort of seed. Makes a decent noodle. Makes decent for decent chili noodles. But I didn't want the extra crunch. I wanted the heat. That's what I wanted. And don't forget to get add in some MSG, which I literally did. You can buy MSG on Amazon. So. Boom in the background. Alright, let me go to fucking Twitter. Make sure I'm on. What the fuck is this? Weird joke is like Xi Jinping gives South Korea Jae-myung a Xiaomi phone. Is that produced by Huawei? Then tells him to check if there's a back door. Gee, this is for you and your wife. Jae-myung is the communications security good. Gee, you should check if there's a back door. Like, the man's like, they're talking about like, yes, this is a spy device I'm personally giving you. Just like, you know, when you're president of a country, you don't like have a personal cell phone at that point. Oh, here's something I could talk about. An acquaintance of mine did something. Starts with my reply, but I'll start with this. I guess I'll follow this guy. Oh wait, which account am I looking at? Let me DM it. There we go. Yeah, so it all started with this guy saying the view that the US has stopped producing nuclear reactors is actually pretty inaccurate. Yeah, nuclear reactors in a broad sense, yes, but when we say haven't built nuclear reactors, it's for civilian power consumption purposes. It's actually pretty inaccurate. Over the last decade, the US Navy has commissioned 1 to 2 nuclear reactors per year. They currently operate 100 reactors, more than any other org on the planet. One, that's in the context of a military, and as we'll talk about, like one of the things that you need for a nuclear reactor to work is tons of coolant, of water, in order to make keep it from like fucking exploding. And when you're the US Navy, you have access to tons of water, which can keep stuff cool. Whereas the civilian power structure, like, usually have to situate near a river, which comes with its own problem of like thermal output into the local ecosystem, which may fuck with the biome, but I don't think that's as much as an issue. Still something to consider. So like you either have to be near the coast or up a river or near a river, because if you don't have the water flowing to it, that's when things get bad, and why you have to have extra redundancy. The U.S. Navy has managed a total of 273 nuclear reactors, 6,200 reactor years, over 177 million miles, and a new reactor per year over 4 new reactors per year over 7 years. They have done this with perfect safety record, 0 accidents, 0 injuries, 0 deaths, 0 environmental pollution. And he was like saying like the National Nuclear Regulatory Council doesn't govern the U.S. Navy, because the U.S. Navy sets its own standards and stuff. But again, they're putting them on ships that go out onto water, away from civilian populations. So usually that's like, you know, you don't have to worry about, you know, what if disaster strikes, what happens to the local civilian population. It's bad for whoever's on the ship, but let's see. The factors that make naval reactors extremely safe don't apply to civilian power plants. So he goes on, excluding Chernobyl, major nuclear accidents have been loss of cooling events. The nuclear reaction is quickly stopped, but continuous cooling is required to prevent a meltdown. For the reason, there's lots of redundancy of the cooling infrastructure and the backup power to keep water flowing, but this can still fail from operator error, 3 Mile Island, or damage in a disaster, Fukushima. Naval reactors have much lower thermal output to start with than civilian power generation. Naval reactors have lower thermal output to start with than civilian power generation. I didn't thought of that. All right, I don't necessarily understand why that was the case. They're also physically smaller because they can use high enrichment fuel. Oh yeah, so I still don't understand what enrichment is, but you can't just take uranium and throw it into a reactor. You gotta somehow, I guess, increase the amount of fissile material in there. I don't know, because what uranium has a half-life or something, so if you get up to it, some of it's already like broken down or something. I probably could just ask Rock, but whatever. There's a such thing as enrichment in nuclear fuels. Smaller because they can use high enrichment fuel. Okay, so the rods in civilian reactors have to be larger, which means less non-fuel mass in the core. Or they can passively cool themselves without outside pumps and exchange heat to the surrounding ocean. I don't know, provided that you still need some sort of sucking mechanism to get it in. Our nuclear ships do have backup diesel generators, so they can always rely on that, but that's only so for long. Basically, they shut down faster and fail safer. Allowing use of highly enriched uranium is probably a non-starter. Maybe we can move that needle, but okay, fair point. I'll concede that ground. And building reactors underwater would also be costly and inconvenient. Underwater. The military and contractors can use dangerous fuel and employ expensive designs. And also, I have a human factors analysis here, as I said here. Also, the training pipeline for both officer and enlisted into nuclear navy is highly segregated and highly selective process. Yeah, like the nuclear navy is kind of like a set to itself. Like, I don't know, let's see here. Let me ask. Maybe just get this as a clarification. Do enlistees who go into the U.S. nuclear navy do basic training at U.S. Navy Great Lakes? Okay, so that's the one entry point. Boot camp, recruitment, training command. 8 to 9 weeks. A school meeting to follow. Nuclear field recruits attend 1 or 2 locations right after boot camp. Navy Nuclear Power Training Command in Goose Creek, South Carolina, near Charleston, or Nuclear Power School in Goose Creek. Short for after a short A school for rating specific training like machinist mate. No separate boot camp. Great Lakes is the only listed boot camp. Okay. Near fucking Chicago, of all places. Identified during enlistment process. Signed 6-year enlistment and automatic advancement to E3 after A school and an E4 after nuclear power school. So you can go up the ranks, although for like everyone else, it's like automatic up to E4. Boot camp is identical. Structure of non-nuclear units. Nuclear pipeline begins after Great Lakes. So that's where it gets segregated, but I guess to a certain extent it is, everything else is segregated. To every other part of the Navy is segregated, so maybe I should have walked that back and say it's not a highly segregated, but it is a segregated, but it's kind of, I guess it's as segregated as much as the other things, in that they deal with nuclear power. They have to be thinking about it all the time. But there is also a highly selective process, like as I say here, the average enlistment seaman recruit, which is like the lowest rank. Although saying that, like by the time they get to their first ship, they're probably not seamen, like as it was saying. So they're not the lowest level rate as possible. Point still stands. Reporting to his first sergeant, probably has a higher IQ than the average college graduate in the U.S. I said probably, so don't quote me on that. Probably some statistics, but you know the way college has been seen as like, you know, you're stepping into getting an entry-level job, and how much like you just need a college degree to even work, to do any kind of work at these days. Sorry, saw a speck on my what is this thing even called? Pop filter on my microphone. Has definitely depreciated how much, how smart the average college graduate is. I'm probably between like 125 and 130. Hasn't got me as far in life, but and it's just like the like Anechoic Media said it elsewhere that people are emotionally resistant to the idea that there's just a general factor of goodness in people, instead of seeing people as multifaceted. But no, just having higher IQ just makes you a general better person overall. Maybe there's some oversights like, you know, like, oh, you're less likely to litter or something. That's probably more socially constructed, even in the US. I know, I think there were stories in Japan, you know, Northeast Asians being particularly high IQ population. Apparently they would just dump trash on train floors, and it took, you know, some social constructivism to make people, you know, not fucking litter in Japan. But in other things like, you know, living healthier, being smarter about your day-to-day life just goes better with IQ. So the quality of people that you get in the nuclear navy is high, and that probably contributes to the fact that they don't have issues. Like, I was going to do a follow-up tweet here. I was going to say, in the regular navy, if somebody falsely claims to have done maintenance. In the Navy, we have a whole term for this called gun decking. Gun decking is where you sign off for doing maintenance when you didn't actually do it. Sometimes you can't necessarily tell that they did do it. Sometimes it's more obvious. I did have an embarrassing incident where we did because every week, like everyone who's E7 and above, so that's junior officers, your chiefs, the XO and the CO have to do a spot check where you have to have some seamen go through the motions of showing how you did a maintenance check. And so I had a sailor who did a maintenance check on a watertight hatch. And he gun decked it. And our XO was wise to that because he picked the check and he went because you can figure out where that piece of equipment is through a big computerized system. And he went and pre-inspected that hatch and noticed that, yeah, no, that maintenance wasn't done. And so I was like, usually when somebody, when an XO or CO is doing a spot check for one of your guys, you usually follow them around. You're not supposed to do anything, but you're just there to like as presence because you don't want to straight up embarrass the. You don't want to be embarrassed. I've had good spot checks where one of my gunner's mates who was in the ER09 office. I should clarify, the reason it was a watertight hatch was because it was in the ER09 office, which is the special part of repair division dedicated to all portable firefighting equipment and all the doors. And with that, so you have all the fire hoses, all the fire extinguishers, all the battle lanterns, all these battery-powered lanterns that we have strewn across the ship in case we lose power. And watertight hatches and doors. And I had a gunner's mate who was in the Aero 9 office because every division has to lend a body there. And he went through a very extensive explanation of an annual check you have to do on a watertight door. He was going through with all these tools they had to use. Some of them he didn't bring, but he didn't need to actually show it. And the captain was very impressed. But this other one on this watertight hatch that the XO pre-inspected, he had the sailor go through all the motions of like saying how he did this check, and then he said to him, and then he turned to the chief who was also with me, and just like, Chief, do you know what happened here? He like told the sailor, like, I know you gun decked this check because I went over and checked it and saw that there was something wrong in this way that it totally made it obvious that you didn't do this check as you said, as you signed off for on the computer. And he then looked at my chief and it was just like, Chief, were you aware that this was going to happen? He was like, yes, sir. I did not know that at that point. I'm kind of a little bit peeved that my chief didn't keep me in on that. Didn't let me know that, oh yeah, we're going to definitely fail this check, even though I was right there. But the XO didn't look at me like I was, he didn't expect that I was going to know to have done that. But my chief was wise to it. So then the XO just walked away at that point, and then we were left dealing with that problem. I forgot what even happened with what we were going to do with that sailor, other than written counseling about what he did. So that's the thing, like, in the rest of the Navy, you don't do your maintenance, depending on, like, what a problem it caused, or how it was discovered. That's, like, a counseling chit that goes in your record, is that, like, it's on paper, like, hey, you falsely signed off for maintenance, you gun decked here, and that's in your record, so then we can bring that all forward when we find, like, usually you have to build a case for somebody. If somebody is, like, being a bad sailor, you usually have to have a pattern of behavior before you can even elevate it to go to what we call captain's mash, non-judicial punishment, where we can garnish your wages and take away your cell phone and like restrict you to the ship as punishment and stuff like that. Garnish your wages, not garnish your wages, but restrict your pay. All right. So from that, but in the nuclear Navy, somebody falsely says they do maintenance, people go to jail immediately. There is no like counseling like, all right, Seaman Timmy, you can't do this. I'm putting this in your record. It's like, nope, there's investigations and people go to jail. Now, another time I had an incident where, well, I was off faffing about doing something. We were doing this big like combat systems test for the entire ship, and we were trying to get the radar spun up. Not that it would be a mint, but we have internal systems to basically simulate everything running. And so our big 3D air search radar, we had to have all the systems spin up because we can feed that information. So it's like it's not like we have a whole separate computer system throughout the ship to simulate. It's that we have a simulated system that interacts with all our actual equipment. So if we're dealing with any issues, we can actually see what's going wrong with the system. So it's like you're getting the radar processing, computer processors are receiving inputs. Versus at the actual radar dome itself, or the radar tower itself. So we can check all along the system and make sure that we do it. And we have to do that regularly, like once a month or something. At least underway. And so this whole big training evolution, or test evolution we were supposed to do, an evaluation we were doing with off-ship entities, was delayed until the afternoon because one of my sailors had for like a week been gun decking that he'd been filling up the distilled water for the radar cooling tower for the radar system, which it needs to run because you need absolutely distilled water, otherwise, you know, there's going to be mineral buildup in this thing. And you have to go through the whole motions of getting that from engineering to get to distilled water, because it's like very controlled, like where it gets from, or like it's a process to get it all the way up up in the radar tower, so aft and up. And he signed off that for a week. So when they went to turn it on, like it wasn't functioning right. And then when they tried to open up the tank to see like where the where's the distilled water, there was none in there. And that's put this entire training evolution that like most of combat systems department and like the rest of the ship was like bending its day around for that day, was delayed until the afternoon because this one sailor. So he went immediately to non-judicial punishment for that, because that was, well, he'd done it multiple times. So it's like signed off for a week straight that he had done that, because you're supposed to do that on a daily basis. Or at least a work week daily basis. So yeah, that was really embarrassing. Now, like I didn't know that because I was faffing about doing something else, or like trying to help out overall. Like I swear I was going to like downloading a one specific simulation file from somewhere to use in the that our planning and tactics officer was looking for. So it was like go down into net, download the file so I can give it to him. And it didn't. And so that, among other things, I was just bouncing around doing that day because I wasn't one of the people who was like doing the simulated thing. I wasn't like at one of the battle stations or whatchamacallit, or being one of the test team people. I was just, I don't know what exactly I was doing, but I was completely like absent from that while all that drama was going on. And then I only figured out at the end of the day where the chief was like looking at the sailor and said, "Sir, we have NJP coming up. What happened?" He gun deck maintenance, looking at the sailor sitting right in front of him, like very disheveled. That was a very disappointing day. So, but in the nuclear navy, something like that, that person would probably be like multiple years in jail, because nuclear take things seriously. All right, what the fuck is happening even today? Destroys pipeline and triggers Russian blackouts in Moscow. All right. October 31st, man, that was like 2 days ago. Ukraine's main director of intelligence conducted a major drone operation that destroyed all three lines of the Koltseffoy oil pipeline near Moscow, disrupting fuel supplies to Russian forces with an annual capacity of 7.4 million tons. The strikes also caused power outages in Moscow suburbs like Zhukovsky and Ramanskoye, affecting 224,000 residents and prompting a state of emergency. Russia retaliated with intensified missile and drone attacks on Ukraine, killing at least 4 people. We've been talking, I do have to say this, we have talked much about Ukraine's war on Russia's oil infrastructure. But I have to wonder, like, how is Ukraine faring with their own infrastructure from all these drone attacks? Like, how are they able to operate at this point? So, you know, coming from a U.S. perspective, you may be biased to understanding what, you know, we know about the war on Russia's oil infrastructure, but what about Ukraine's infrastructure? What's going on with that? How have they, because it's like every other day there's a giant missile strike into missile and drone strike into Ukraine. How is that affecting their energy infrastructure? Is that why Prokrovsk is falling? Although once you get down to the capital level action of the front lines like that, probably like fuel and trucks isn't the biggest issue, because logistics are already probably strained once you get close to the front line, and you probably have to march in or go in very stealthily. The Ring fuel pipeline. Do you have a map? One strike over there. Alright, so people are gushing about this. Ukraine is finally taking down the electrical grid in Moscow. Apparently only in these suburbs. Oh, is this anonymous? Is this related to the actual like anonymous hacker group? Actions, not nouns. All that exists is interaction. No, this isn't the anonymous account. The Moscow region is plunged into total darkness as hundreds of drones approach. Ugh. Tonight, the lights went out in Moscow. All right, yeah, so the Ukrainian folks are gushing about this. GUR. Seriously blowing up the main gasoline, diesel, fuel, and aviation pipelines for Russia's capital. How much of that is affecting things at the front, though? Subodan Zerkolsky is partially without power. Footage is being shared by social media users. The video shows high-rise buildings with no lights in the windows and dark streets without streetlights. Ugh. All right, so hats off to Ukraine that you pulled that off. Like, the fact that the Russian capital is being hit like that shows that on these more like strategic front, not strategic fronts, but these technological capabilities of, you know, air warfare, strike capacity, cruise missiles and the such. Ukraine is very much like a pure adversary. The only thing Russia's got going from them is their sheer mass, which might be enough to win, but this is like showing the utter weakness of Russia, that they were not. If Ukraine can do this shit to them, NATO could do far worse with our Tomahawks, our other strike missiles, our stealth bombers and stuff. Like, I think, let's see here. Do I have Archcast? Where's Archcast? Man, I haven't listened to his podcast anymore, but sometimes I go off on, who the fuck are these people? I'm just putting a count to what I'm saying here. I remember him saying on a stream once that Russia would have to escalate to nuclear warfare if NATO ever got into a conflict with NATO, because as the war with Ukraine has shown, that if Ukraine can do this much damage and stand up to Russia as is, where basically the air is at the air war is at a draw, and everything has to be used with standoff munitions like glide bombs and cruise missiles. It shows that NATO. He said something like, because if they got to a war in conventional terms, we'd just be having B-52s making them regular runs, circling about Moscow, bombing the shit out of them, because we could probably do a very effective suppression of enemy air defense campaign against Russia before they could do so they couldn't like defend themselves, so we could get very clear air superiority very quickly, or maybe not so quickly, but effectively at some point, and then we would just be able to run the hammer on Russia with strategic bombing campaigns or missions on them far and above than what Ukraine is capable of, has been showing off right now. So, added ad targeting New York City's Arabic-speaking voters. So, What the fuck? This is Harris County, so this is where I'm from. We're not where I'm from, where I fucking live functionally. I'm still in Harris County. Let me look at the Texas county map. I'm close to the border of another one. Yeah, there's Harris County. It's bit wide. Then there's Galveston County, Brazoria. Webster isn't its own county. Hold up, let's see here. Webster, Texas. It's in the south, east of here. Where is it? It's on the fucking border. I can't tell. Hold up. Oh no, Webster, Texas. I guess it's technically a city. It's still in Harris County, apparently. But it's not part of Houston City. Apparently there's been a thing over the past half century, I don't need this up anymore, where cities have further and further outlying areas of suburbs of cities have incorporated into the city directly. But I guess there's not much impetus to, if anything, people want to split off from the split off from the cities these days, and not be run by like the sheer mass inside the city. An off-duty Harris County chef fatally shot a 27-year-old Darius Williams. Darius, that's a Persian name. How did, like, you can just tell that's like a black person's name, I'm guessing. How did that name end up getting like picked up by wider black America? On Friday afternoon in Anacostia, or Atascosia. What the fuck is that? Is this an unincorporated town? Where I'm from living, Anacostia condo. Astacotia. Alright, so that still looks like it's in Houston City. Census designated place. State, county, Harris. Census designated place in Harris County, Texas, within the Houston metropolitan areas of 2020 census. Metropolitan area, but not within Houston. What's the demographics? Very white, very black, and very Hispanic, so it's very mixed. No place predominate. No, government infrastructure. Fire department provides fire protection, emergency medical service. The Harris County Sheriff Office provides police services. All right, so they rely on Harris County Sheriff Police, and not Houston PD. Harris County Sheriffs can effectively operate within Houston City, but I guess they don't. They focus on everything else. Their focus is probably everywhere else. Anacostia CDP is divided between Harris County Precinct 1 and Harris County Precinct 4. What's CPD? Police Department? County Police Department. As of 2022, Commissioner Rodney Ellis and Leslie Briones head the precincts respectively. The CDP is served by the Harris County Sheriff's Office, District Patrol 2. Alright, back to the story. After Williams approached the deputies' unlocked SUV containing his infant child in a car seat. Williams approached the deputy's unlocked SUV containing his infant in a car seat. The deputy called 911, issued verbal commands to stop, and fire when Williams reached the door handle with the child remaining unharmed. So wait, whose child? The cop's child? So wait, after Williams approached the deputy's unlocked SUV. So the police officer had an unlocked SUV. Is this was he off duty? Off duty, yes. It says there at the top. I should have paid it. So he was in his SUV, unlocked his car in there, and some guys randomly approaching his SUV. Deputy called 911, issued verbal commands to stop, and fire when Williams reached the door handle. So he's like, sees somebody approaching his car, called 911, what to warn, like, hey, I think some criminal activity is happening, issued verbal commands to stop, and then fired one of those recent door. Officials classified the incident as a self-defense under Texas law, and the case is under review by the District Attorney's Civil Rights Division Internal Affairs, as William family mourns and seeks investigation. All right, so I imagine they're like looking at this like, oh, this guy, you killed a black man out of nothing for nothing. Or like over a mix-up. He wasn't trying to steal. Like he could very well, Mr. Darius Williams could very well have like been trying to steal that car. Maybe unaware that there was a child in there. Maybe he thought there was a child in there and thought maybe he could take the kid for fucking ransom. Never put it past some people. But him approaching that SUV is already like, you know, like what was his intentions? Well, he's dead now, so we don't know. All right, so this is somebody looks like he's glazing the officer. No, he's defending the officer's actions. Off-duty Texas police officer fatally shoots man trying to enter his vehicle with his small child seated inside. Who knows if Mr. Williams knew that was a thing, knew that the child was in there. The cop didn't just protect his child, he did what most parents hope they'd have the courage to do in this nightmare situation.
This large crime scene is where investigators say an off-duty Harris County Sheriff's deputy was protecting his baby when he shot and killed a man trying to get inside his vehicle. The man's mother had a bad feeling when she saw the crime tape, nearly falling to the ground, learning 27-year-old Darius Williams died.
Something didn't feel right inside of me. Who's dead? What happened? Hey, showing a picture. This is my son. Is this him? Is this, you know, yeah.
Investigators say the off-duty deputy made the 911 call around 2:45 p.m., fearing for his baby's life.
He could be heard giving multiple commands to the subject before shots were fired. At this time, it is believed that the child was in the back seat on the passenger side. The deputy was on the driver's side, but the male attempted to enter on the baby's side, on the passenger side.
So he was trying to enter the car from where the kid was. So wait, the deputy was in the car. Let me hear that.
In the back seat on the passenger side, the deputy was on the driver's side, but the male attempted to enter on the baby's side, on the passenger side.
The passenger side. So he was in passenger driver seat, kid to back to his back right, and was approaching the passenger side of the car. You don't notice somebody's in the car? All right, I'm very suspicious of what Mr. Williams was up to at that point. And they brought the, all right, this guy's coming. How do they find the perp's family so quickly when the perp is blacked? Very intrepid reporters with the city of Houston, like, you know, and like we've been in a series, like it's been set up at this point, like we can figure out who did it, and then we need to find the, you know, shooting victim's family. And yeah, there's a political bias where you're trying to like, these days where, you know, if it's a cop shooting a black person, you usually want to like, there does seem to be a pattern of them trying to get sympathy for the victim of the cop, of whoever the cop shot before getting to the cop, but we don't know who the off-duty deputy was. This appears to be in suburbia. Was this in his own fucking driveway? I can't recall this happening when the perp is white. Fair. So how did Mama know to start showing her 20-year-old babe pictures around? Yeah, so most people seems to be defending what happened here. Some people are ragging on the mom, just like, her kid got killed, leave her alone for the time being. Now, if she wants to, like, you know, in absence of, like, she's not, like, blaming the cop yet. Or wanting for blood other than an investigation of what's happening, so lay off on the Darius Williams family. Why don't you? For the time being, if they're gonna act improperly later, let's stand by for that to happen. So she's just shook up that her kid's dead. Whatever nefariousness her kid was getting up to is what I feel was happening here. This wasn't just a misunderstanding and the cop getting way too guns triggered, just like, oh, I'm gonna shoot a black man today. No. Sad for both sides, but also in reality, if you didn't go around doing stupid shit, you wouldn't run into real-life consequences. Any parent would have protected their children at a cost. The officer should not be charged. I doubt they will. Although he's off-duty, so he doesn't have his body camera to, like, demonstrate what was happening. Again, there has been a marginal increase in police use of force, in lethal use of force, or in use of force, of police shootings where the other person has died since the introduction of body cameras, because now we have far more evidence to show what has happened, what led up to this, what led up to that situation, what happened in that situation, what happened afterwards, that we can get the more or less the full story with video camera now. In the absence of this, it could possibly create enough there might be enough doubt that, you know, unscrupulous investigators and an unscrupulous district attorney could make a case against this cop. So stand by, more to follow. Shoots man. All right, so we really don't have anything. This happened too recently, so more to follow. I wonder if any of my shitlib coworkers are going to complain about this tomorrow morning. Although I don't necessarily hear them talk about politics that much. It's like maybe every other week I'll hear them complain about something. It's Pat Buchanan's birthday. His message lives on. His ideology, you know, America First ideology has definitely become more prominent as of late. Even Trump's like touting him. So it was even touting him like maybe a month or two ago, and people are talking about we should give the Presidential Medal of Freedom to him, because that's kind of just like a presidential favoritism award at this point. So I'm looking at my phone at some of my notifications. The fuck was this one? Let me DM this to myself so I can read it and understand it. What is this? Oh. Interesting, in 1995, the U.S. Congress came very close to cutting legal immigration by 1/3 and ending family reunification-based chain migration. Damn it, we missed our moment. Ending family reunification-based chain migration. Tragically derailed by the death of major proponent Barbara Jordan. Was published, and Timothy McVeigh blew up Alfred, was published at Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building, Oklahoma City. That was the kind of time all authors fear. McVeigh sucked up all available political publicity for several weeks and understandably enough halted the book's rise on bestseller lists. McVeigh also had a more damaging effect on the immigration bait. He became the poster boy for the dark vision America in which the villains were not any kind of aliens but us, to be concerned about immigration, especially to write of an alien nation suddenly seemed sinister to the media. But in June 1955, the bipartisan Jordan Commission, appointed by Congress and headed by the respected former Congresswoman Barbara Jordan, issued one of its several reports recommending reforms to the U.S. immigration system, including reduction in legal numbers, about 1/3, 550,000 legal visas annually, changes in provisions for family reunification to prevent chain migration, improved border security and employer sanctions, and easier procedures for deportation. The year before, November 1994 elections, not only had Governor Pete Wilson won a hotly contested re-election in California on a program that included calls for better control of immigration, but also Proposition 187, which barred illegal immigrants from using non-emergency public services, had passed with comfortable majority. The wind was behind the sails of the immigration reform. Jordan was warmly received when she outlined her committee's proposals to Congress, and on June 8, 1995, President Clinton announced that Jordan proposals were consistent with my own views of a roadmap for Congress to consider, since Congress had become Republican the previous year and the House was even then pushing through a conservative revolution. Passing satisfactory immigration bill seemed to be a no-brainer. Alas, in January 1996, so a couple months, I was about to give away my birth date, whatever. I was born close to 1996. That's all you need to know. Barbara Jordan succumbed to cancer. Her death removed strong and respected voice for immigration reform and one hard to accuse of racism. Next, who was Barbara Jordan? Barbara. Oh, she's black. Oh, yes, that works. U.S. House Representative from Texas 18th District. Member of Texas Senate. U.S. House Representative from 1979. So she's been out of office for a while, I guess. She died in Austin, Texas from cancer. So even a black woman leading the charge on immigration reform. Strong respected voice. Clinton had been proclaiming his fidelity to the Jordan proposal as late as February 1996, suddenly reversed course. In March, the administration told Congress that it opposed changes in legal immigration, especially the proposed reduction in family members allowed to join relatives in America. Why? According to a 1997 article in the Boston Globe, Democratic National Committee Vice Chair and fundraiser John Huang, sounds Asian, urged Clinton to reverse his endorsement of the Barbara Jordan Commission proposal to disallow automatic entry for adult siblings of U.S. citizens. Many Asian immigrants sponsor their adult brothers and sisters once they become citizens, and Clinton was at the time hoovering up campaign contributions from Asians, Asian Americans, and a novel touch, even Asian intelligence agencies. Okay, that last part, like, take that with a pinch of salt. So, thank you, Asian community in America, from screwing the country. So, man, the 90s, we seem to have been like at a set point for what we were supposed to do, like after the chaos inflicted by the 60s and 70s. Even the Democrats had sort of come to the right with Clinton in a sense. They were doing entitlement reforms and stuff. So that seems to the point where we could have fixed this, but we could have gotten immigration under control there, and we'd probably be in a more stable place now. Zoran Mandami would probably not have gotten as far ahead as he did because he is so dependent on first-generation naturalized voters in New York City. So if we had gotten this down, especially the chain migration with family reunification, like significantly curtailed, we'd probably be a far stronger country than we are now. What was this? The favoring, those favoring an immigration moratorium. A, B, and C. Suppose that on election day this year, you could vote on key issues as well as candidates. Would you vote for, against a law that would stop almost all legal migration to the United States for the next 5 years? Blacks were 40% in favor of that versus a majority of whites. So blacks are usually trailing this, whites on this issue, but they're not immigration unrestrictionists. Unrestrictionists, that's not a thing. Do you favor or oppose each of the following? Stopping legal migration to the United States for 5 years. So no majority support from black people. Would you favor opposing establishing 5-year ban on legal and illegal immigration into the United States? Do you favor or oppose those favoring immigration moratorium? 5-year ban on stopping you for 5 years. Would you favor or oppose establishing a 5-year ban on legal and illegal immigration? Option C. Do you favor or oppose each of the following? Stopping legal immigration to the United States for 5 years. They ask the question like 3 different ways. And get different answers. And blacks are usually less than that. So, what's her face? Barbara Jordan really was not like, you know, following the rest of black America in that sense. You have to wonder why black people are so interested in, like, or so disfavored to it, other than maybe just the sense that, you know, if there's more, I don't know. I was going to say, maybe they have some level of thinking that if there's less whites in the country, that's better for us. Then again, I think there's some stat out there that most black Americans think that they are like 50% of the population of the country. Because all they do is live in, most of the time, black people are living in heavily black ghettos in the United States. So all they ever know, most of the time, what they see are other black people. So, I don't know. I'm tired. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? Alright, let me just go to Clash Report and round this up before I start the game up. If anything's happened. What else did I do today? I went out shopping. I got more 2% milk. I roasted my burger patties, but I still have some beef gruel that I need to go through. I'm kind of thinking that I just like throw the rest of it away. That could be wasteful. So I have like 5 burger patties to last me through the week and like another like 7 frozen away in foil right now. So that's what I did. Also more of my blender project. It's like, goddamn, it's tedious because I need to put these things on fucking, what I'm making on a stand. And that's proving to be a pain in the ass, like trying to get that right. Also converting these things into SDL files are things that don't necessarily work. And I'm realizing that remeshing things to a very fine level is creating something that other CAD programs can't fucking read in the STL file. All right, saw that one. What else is here? Oh, yeah. Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado. We have gone and done everything that ought to be done. We are ready to take over the government. So we have a government in exile waiting. We've basically discounted the Venezuelan government at this point. Damn, even she has the AirPods these days.
That's very important as well. We have the teams, we have the plans, we need what we are to do the first 100 hours, the first 100 days, and certainly we now need the international community aligned with the United States because this is a transnational conflict and operation. So certainly we need the international community to act and apply law enforcement. That's another issue that it's important to insist. We have been asking Latin American and European governments to have full disclosure of all the information that they have, and we know they have, regarding the criminal activities of Maduro and his cronies.
All right, so maybe she's talking, but her saying that they have a plan as the opposition that once they can get installed through whatever campaign that is about to be unleashed on Venezuela. Also, like, we were hearing on Friday that, wait, hold on. Like, I made this whole gesture in real life of looking at my fucking watch. Like, I threw out my wrist well far away. Like, I need distance to see when I still have, like, 20/20 vision, thankfully. And, like, lean back, which is what you're seeing right now me doing. But you can't see that. But, as I was saying, didn't we, like, hear that, like, this Friday we would be doing something? Maybe that was all a feint and we're going to do it Monday and just eat the fucking stock price, losses to stock prices at this point. But Miss Machado saying that they've got plans for what to do afterwards once Maduro is gone, maybe is like ease my confidence that the Trump team has some semblance of clue what they're gonna do, and like we can't just take out Maduro and then lead it. We need to install somebody else, and if Miss Machado can do that, I do question how much she'll be able to do, but at least we'll have like somebody we can work with in Venezuela. The problem is like how much of Venezuela we can get behind them. How much people can she mobilize to get the rest of the country under control? Because the rest of Venezuela is like apparently run by gangs, and the Maduro government is just like a shoestring network of all these gangs at this point, apparently. As I was saying, was it all source intel? All source news. Does he say anything about Venezuela? This is, oh yeah, there's this tragic story. There's this mayor or some guy in Urupan of Mayor Carlos Manzo who was shot, apparently by the cartel, and he had been complaining to President, whatever her name is, I forget. And he's in the same party as her, saying that like he needs protection from the cartel because he's been calling out against them. So apparently he's dead. So the cartels strike again. So you can't say that there's necessarily an alliance between Morena or whatever the heck her name's fucking party in Mexico. They'll go after whoever just like is against them. And maybe that's why I think what's her face, the leader of the Mexican president, whose name completely escapes me right now. I'm looking up. No, yeah, Calderon. Okay, until 2012. I remember this guy vaguely. Oh, and then this guy came in, who's like the socialist Scheinbaum. Apparently, she's of Jewish ancestry, slightly. And what the heck her party is? National Regeneration Movement. So again, I've said this before. I think she's literally concerned that if she goes as hard again, at least she just like wants to declare total war on the cartels, that she'll end up like she's afraid for her own safety as well at this point, and the stability of her own goddamn government. Okay, keep on going up. I have no doubts that Nicolas Maduro and many others are the masterminds of a system that has rigged elections in many countries, including the US. I think I saw that yesterday. Venezuela, the world's largest oil reserves and vast natural resources, which can only be unlocked by a government that restores order and welcomes international investment. I mean, Venezuela could probably get international investment from China and Russia, but I don't think even the Chinese and Russians want to like invest there because I don't know, like economically maybe, but even maybe they're looking at how much of a basket face Venezuela has turned into these days. That they're like, no, like the money's not worth it, man. It's because like maybe they'll give them some token help in some military equipment, but they don't seem to be willing to actually fully back Venezuela. They'll only do stuff covertly with plausible deniability. The Nobel Peace Prize gives us protection and raises the cost of repression. The time of impunity is over.
What is the impact of getting the Peace Prize on that situation? Does it give you more protection because you have a higher international profile, or does it put you at more risk?
I think it certainly gives us a higher.
I have to ask, where the fuck is she living right now? Lives and currently in hiding, clandestinidad, in Caracas, Venezuela as of November 2nd. She has been underground since shortly after the disputed July 20th presidential election where, so she's in Venezuela and she has been in hiding since she lost the election. So credit to her, like she is a unwanted opposition right now. So maybe that also says something about how bad the Maduro government right now is, that she is in Caracas. Maybe she's not in Caracas. I'd be questioning whether or not she could exist in the capital like that. But perhaps there's somewhere else where she can be that that they can't find her. If that's how bad Venezuela is, that the person that the US is looking to install as your replacement against your will. If you can't lock down that person and put them in jail, and like hold them as like as a sort of body shield, because like if you could kill her, maybe that would kill whatever plan she has to take over the Venezuelan government at this point. Maybe she's too much of a linchpin. But if Maduro can't get her, that's got to show like how bad the country is in a state right now, that these intel services, domestic police can't even track her down. I have one goal. We will liberate our country and make a new generation proud to be Venezuelan. All right, so she's being hopeful. I appreciate the heart, Miss Machado. Senora. Netanyahu. Hezbollah is trying to rearm and recover. We will not allow Lebanon to become a renewed front against us, and we will act as necessary. The Houthis are very serious. I mean, I just saw this yesterday. No, I saw this earlier today. That's what happened. Russia tanks defining fashion. Hey, if this stops the pitied wink little drones from taking him out, like as we were seeing with like the other armored assaults like that happened around Pokrovsk or somewhere else on the front line, they were taking like tens and tens of drones to finally take out. So if this, like just putting up this giant like shield to cause the drones to detonate prematurely before you can actually get to the tank. If that's how it needs to work, that might actually be effective at this point. Is this the future of tanks, or do we just need effective anti-drone technology at this point that can be put on a tank that can laser beam or mass EMP drones out of the fucking sky? Oh yeah, all this whole thing. The Republican Jewish coalition happened. Even Trump was there. Man, people are like, there is now internal civil war over what's his face, Tucker Carlson interviewing Nick Fuentes. Even Heritage said, we're not disavowing him. We don't like Fuentes, but we're open. We're not going to disavow Tucker Carlson, because I swear Tucker Carlson is like linked closely with the Heritage Foundation. Armenia's PM Pashinyan says Armenians and Azerbaijanis are still stuck in a mindset built by Soviet intelligence. A Turk remains a Turk, an Armenian remains an Armenian. Listen, we have to get out of this picture of the world formulated by KGB agents. What? Like, no. Maybe like if I put on a genetic PGS study, not PGS, what is it? Genome-wide association study, and graft Armenians and Azeris, and they're actually really just close to each other. That they're actually genetically in sync. All right, let's go to Grok. All right. How genetically are Armenians and Azeri Turks are genetically quite similar, sharing a substantial portion of their ancestry from ancient populations in the South Caucasus and Near East. So yeah, despite the very strong linguistic boundary, God knows about cultural boundary, they're probably not that different. Like even Turks in Anatolia, in modern day geographic Turkey, aren't that different. Multiple genetic studies, including analysis of Y chromosome, mitochondrial DNA, and autosomal whole genome markers, consistently show that both groups cluster closely together in principal component analysis plots and exhibit low genetic differentiation. However, subtle differences exist, probably due to limited Central Asian Turkic admixture and Azeris from historical Turkic migration starting around the 11th century. Landmark 2003 study on Y chromosome haplogroups analyzed 389 males across the Caucasus population and found that Armenians, Indo-European speakers, and Azeri Turks are more closely related to each other and to other Caucasian groups than to distant linguistic relatives. So Azeris are more well, that was looking at Y chromosomes. This pattern holds for mtDNA, well, indicating larger replacement in the region without major language replacement in the region without major population turnover. So yeah, but cultural distinctions can make all the difference. And like Serbs and Croatians, there's no difference between them. Romanians and Hungarians, they're probably genetically like clustered together as well. But all right, they don't hate each other as much as like Yugoslavs do. But you know, Iraqi Sunnis and Shiite Sunni, or no, Iraqi Sunnis and Iraqi Shiites can hate each other, but they're probably genetically similar. So culture can make all the difference, and people's perception as them is different, which I guess was what Mr. Pashinyan is trying to like combat here. I don't know when the next election is, but I'm like hearing that when there's the initial like last war between Armenian or the Azeri attack on Nagorno-Karabakh, which was basically a like separate area of a part of Armenia that completely got cut off from the rest of Armenia. Once they finally like stormed that territory, and then basically ethnically cleansed it by telling all the Armenians to get the fuck out. There's now far more revanchist sentiment in Armenia, and Pashinyan is now fighting against revanchist nationalist forces within Armenia. And he's trying to kind of quell that, because I guess the Armenians want blood, but I guess him with his like 1,000-eye view from the top realizes like, we can't stand up to Armenia, so I have to fight this like rhetorically to my own people, to the Armenians, that we're the same people, we're the same as Azeris, and we need to see each other as brotherly Caucasian people or something. All right, that was the whole thing about the phone. Was it PTEX the Asian? We must ensure China is not seeking to dominate you or anybody else.
China is not seeking to dominate you or anybody else. remembering that a code without the ability to back it up with action can just be empty words.
I accidentally spit on my fucking monitor. Please excuse me. I need to wash this microcloth because now it's got spit on it. Barack Obama privately called NYC mayoral candidate Zoran Mondani to praise his campaign, saying it's been impressive to watch and offered to be a sounding board if Mondani wins. No, it's a sounding board for how much New York City has declined as late. Somebody pointed out, I forget what the tweet was, but somebody pointed out that the largest sector, it's still only like 16%, so it's only like a very slim plurality of people are employed in healthcare, and a large chunk of that is also people who are on welfare for disability, because we have an entire welfare program where you can be paid just to take care of like a sick elderly relative. So you don't have to work, so you can dedicate taking care of them 100% of the time. And that is the plurality of what people. There are now more people employed by finance companies in Texas than there are in New York City. I forget if it was in Dallas specifically or just Texas overall. So New York City has actually been slowly dying right now, if that's an indication that healthcare workers are the largest share of employment at this point. And if he wins and he can get the New York City Council to bend to his will and institute some of the shit that he had, we're probably going to see like more of the people who are capable of doing anything fleeing the city. I don't know what, over to Jersey City, into Connecticut, Long Island, or upstate New York, or maybe even further abroad within the United States. Mamdani's election could be more of a final poison pill to fucking kill New York City than bring down New York City than before. Hell, maybe we might even see parts of New York City try to, like, the different boroughs trying to break off, because, like, Staten Island has been very politically separate from the rest of New York City at this point. Perhaps we might want to see, like, Staten Island separationism, separatist political movement. Here's a question. What is the legal feasibility of Staten Island separating from NYC? Has a long history of secession efforts for New York City. All right, so dating back shortly after the 1980 consolidation of the former Greater New York, while legally possible under New York state law and precedent, the process is complex, requires state legislative approval, and faces significant political, economic, and logistic barriers. As of November 25, no active secession movement has advanced beyond rhetorical or preliminary studies, but calls persist amid frustrations over issues like migrant shelters, taxes. So Staten Island is apparently very very Republican leaning. So I don't know. We could very well, maybe Zoran Mondani's like tenure could see Staten Island splitting off, and maybe the other boroughs will like see that and want to split off as well. So boundaries. This affirm New York's Constitution's home rule provisions are which limits local government's autonomy but grants the legislature broad authority over structural changes like secession. Federal law does not apply here as is an intrastate municipal reorganization, not state formation. Key precedent in New York State, 1997. The New York State Court of Appeals ruled that state laws enabling Staten Island's 1993 secession referendum, so they've had a referendum in the past, were constitutional. The court held no home rule message is required for approval from NYC is required for secession enabling legislation. It does not violate equal protection of the 14th Amendment of New York's Constitution, as the state can prioritize local interests. The process is advisory but can lead to binding action if the legislature acts. So it seems like the New York State legislature would have to like sanction that. Maybe Mamdani causes such enough chaos in New York City that it shifts enough people to the right, maybe voting Republican, in New York City and maybe New York State more broadly, that it could enable for in order to make the Staten Island crowd happy, is like, yeah, let Staten Island be free from New York City. Dear fucking God, let them get away from Mamdani and New York City's madness. So I gotta wonder if there's already a vote on that. Put money down on that on Kalshi or I forget what the other website is. All right, Burkina Faso. Jenna Milton sees Bonnie south of Dorian release footage showing a moment of the takeover. Are we just gonna have like West Africa like completely collapse at this point? Is that what's going to happen at this point? Oh, UAE-backed RSF spokesperson calls for attacks on civilians. What the fuck? It's a woman? She is very pale. Shows an RSF spokesperson designating Omdurman, Nile State, and Port Sudan as targets and calling for sexual and ethnic violence. You must go to another state for the girls to cleanse their bloodline. Man, that is like some nearly Nazi-esque shit. Although I think the Nazis, you know, there is like the 80% deported, 60. Let me get that straight. What was it? Males sent deported, 20% remain. Remain. You can't see what I'm typing here, but I swear this is like a Nazi order or something, but 60% remain. No, it's not picking up what I'm throwing down. Wasn't there like a fucking Nazi order? Yes, the percentage remains 8% male deported, 20% remain, 40% females deported, 60% remain. Appears to be closely aligned with the elements of Nazi routine general plan Ost. So they're looking to keep some women around that I guess, I don't know, the Untermenschen of the Aryan race could get to have as, yeah, so, yeah, this is like Nazi, that's some Nazi-ass shit, cleansing their bloodlines. Jesus. Again, but nobody seems to care. Like, it's me and Clash Report talking about the RSF in Sudan right now. Even Preston Stewart, he's so focused on Venezuela, Gaza, and Ukraine, he's only done one video, and that was because El Fasher finally fell. It's just me talking about it out here. I could probably find other videos out here. Turkey's refineries, Sokar and Turpas, are cutting Russian oil imports and buying more from Iraq, Kazakhstan, and others after US and EU sanctions. So Turkey also leading the way against Russia at this point. Meanwhile, Europe, more broadly, is just absolutely face-fucking themselves. Shutting down nuclear plants. If you want to be morally commit to like getting off Russian oil, you don't go in on renewables. You need to start like, well, for the Germans, apparently there's like, you know, interest in doing natural gas, but like in the mid-2010s, the Germans courts ruled that fracking, which has been a boon to the US, finally went under. And gas prices are high enough that it's still like profitable. Like there's a certain point where fracking has to die down if oil prices get too cheap. Because they can't make a profit below a certain price level, so the companies like shut down and do like minimal operations. Oh wow. All right, enough like about the Europeans face fucking themselves. A unique case: a Russian Fab 1500 bomb bounces off the ground like a soccer ball and explodes on the next street. It can happen. All weapons have safety devices that are meant to keep things from going off. So maybe the safeties were a little bit too glued together. Who knows if, there's only one instance of this happening, but how many go unreported? Like how many could you even necessarily see of cases like this happening? So it does give the answer about quality control of, munitions for the Russians. Oh my god, I had acid reflux right there. Fuck. China's reportedly completed successful ground high altitude test of its first variable adaptive cycle jet engine. Variable adaptive cycle jet engine. A key step toward powering 6th generation fighters. This engine dynamically shifts airflow for optimal efficiency and thrust across flight regimes. Full-scale triple bypass VC passed simulated Mach 4 altitude trials with stable mode switching. Fuel use down 37.5%. WS-15 specific thrust 47%. I'm wondering. Before I got hired at my company down here in Houston, I went to a jobs fair out of nowhere. I got like an auto DM in LinkedIn for a hiring conference for Quest Defense up in Hartford. And for me, that's like a good hour drive out. Giving away where I'm from if I haven't. Have I said that? Fuck it. I'm a nutmegger. I'm from Connecticut. That was a decent half-hour drive for me. In any case, with that, what they said, it looks like they were hiring people specifically to bring on for a specific project. Like they were like, you know, hoovering up people for the purpose of it. And they apparently were very interested in my security clearance. Like that may have been the only reason I got follow-up from them. And what I was being told is that this is part of a project that we're working with Collins Aerospace. And I think they said something about working on a next generation fighter jet engine. So I'm wondering if, you know, the joke is that like if the Chinese invent something, it's because they stole it from us first. So who knows if this is real? I hope we're already working on something like this. Like a variable, let's see here, what is it? First variable adaptive cycle jet engine, VCAC. All right, I have to look this up. Variable cycle engine. Also referred to as adaptive cycle engine is an aircraft jet engine that is designed to operate efficiently under mixed tight flight conditions such as subsonic, transonic, and supersonic. What's transonic? Is air flowing around an object at speed that generates regions of both subsonic and supersonic airflow around object. Oh, so that's what the shock wave is. Advanced technology engine and a turbine engine that allows different turbines to spin at different individually optimum speeds instead of at one speed for all. It emerged on larger airplanes before finding other applications. So this concept may be old. Next generation supersonic transport may require some form of VC to reduce its drag. Surprise specific thrust concepts. Tandem fan. Man, there's not a lot of dates in here. In the 1970s, Boeing modified a Pratt & Whitney JT8D to use a tandem fan configuration to sexually demonstrate the switch from series to parallel operation and vice versa with engine running, albeit at partial power. Mixed flow turbo fan ejector. I'm looking for names and dates here. Three stream. The three-stream architecture adds a third directable airstream. The stream bypasses core when fuel efficiency is required, or through the core for greater power. Under the versatile, affordable advanced turbine engines program, the U.S. Air Force industry partners developed this concept under the adaptable versatile engine technology. All right, when did this happen? Technology, Object of Advent. Final Fantasy Advent. Advent was originally targeted at the Air Force's 2018 Next Generation bomber, but uncertainty in what in that program has led Rolls-Royce, one of the primary developers involved in the project, to predict that Advent engine will be better suited for potential 2020 engine upgrade in F-35 Lightning II. UPR, who is partnered with General Electric for the embattled F-136 alternate engine for the F-35, has suggested that the Advent program contracts are all more reason to continue the F-136. Damn. This started in 2007. All right, so we're not completely behind on this stuff. It looks like... hopefully, this has all been going on underneath the U.S. for a long time now, and only just now are the Chinese catching up and trying to thump their chest. Meanwhile, we've had these engines for a long time. Include the General Electric XA-100, Pratt & Whitney XA-100-101, as well as propulsion system for the next generation air dominance fighter. Succeed the F-22. The kid isn't even getting his first kill before he gets replaced. Does it have canards? It doesn't look like they're variable, but it looks like it has fucking canards. Double bypass, General developed a variable cycle. for the Y-22 in the late 1980s. Double bypass hybrid fan arrangement, but never disclosed how they exploited the concept. Air Force instead selected the conventional Pratt & Whitney, became Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor. So we've been dealing with this technology. So I was kind of like getting scared, like, oh, is this some brand new technology? No, it sounds like something that we've been like toying with, but we haven't like assuredly put into a plane yet. But looks like they're working on one for the NGAD, which was announced under Trump. So Trump 2. So hopefully, like, if anything, this is probably based off stolen tech. Hopefully. Like the whole meme works. Oh God, this disturbing news out of Israel. Under fire and missing. IDF legal chiefs collapse after rape tape leak. Oh God. Israeli Major General Yifat Tomer Shalmi, former top IDF lawyer, went missing for several hours amid backlash over her admission that she leaked a video showing rape of Palestinian detainees at the SDE Tayman facility. Facing resignation, public vilification, and threats, Tomer Yushalami disappeared. Her car was found running near Tel Aviv's Hof Tazbuk beach, prompting a large-scale search for her and fears of suicide. She was found alive and unharmed later. Like, they're trying to get her because that was not good, showing that Israeli soldiers were, I don't think it was like, you know, dick and ass, but they were like doing some non-consensual sex acts with other objects on Palestinian prisoners, which is, no, that's fucked up. You're a bad person if you do that. I don't care how much you ethnically hate the Palestinians. I haven't even heard like Ukrainian prisoners of war saying that happened to them. Serbian President Vučić and Serbia's ammunition stockpiles are full and offered the EU long-term supply contracts, knowing the buyers could use the munitions as they wish, including Ukraine. The EU long-term supply contracts. So this is Vučić very much trying to suck up to the EU. But he seems to like have his feet in both waters with Russia. I think he went to like their World War II celebration parade or whatever earlier in the year. The U.S. is revamping its former Roosevelt Roads Naval Station in Puerto Rico, adding runway upgrades, aircraft facilities, and ammunition storage. Recent F-35 deployments and nearby naval activity point to a growing military presence about 500 miles from Venezuela. Looks like we're going all in on this. Israel's defense ministry and IDF are phasing out and banning Chinese-made electric vehicles over espionage fears, citing risks that built-in camera sensors connectivity could secretly transmit data to China. Move affects hundreds of cars, mainly Chery, BYD, and MG models previously issued to senior officials. The ban now bars such vehicles from military bases and will expand into a full recall by early 2026. Meanwhile, Europe is fucking importing these things like nonstop. Ukraine received 2 new Patriot air defense systems from Germany, fulfilling earlier pledges. Dutch supplied MIM-104 Patriot PAC-2 systems for Ukraine's 208th Air Defense Brigade. 2 new Patriot air defense systems from Germany. Okay. Trump on Zorman. I think I'm a much better looking... I just bowed my head. That is not what you need to fucking...
Zoran Mamdani. Zorhan Mamdani, 34-year-old Democratic Socialist. He's the
communist, not socialist, communist.
Whatever.
He's far worse than a socialist.
Some people have compared him to a left-wing version of you, charismatic, breaking the old rules. What do you think about that?
Well, I think I'm a much better looking person than him, right?
All right, whatever. It's Trump. You just got to deal with it. On ice raids, I think they haven't gone far.
Killing a young mother, tear gas being used in a Chicago residential neighborhood, and the smashing of car windows. Have some of these raids gone too far?
No, I think they haven't gone far enough because we've been held back by the judges, by the liberal judges that were put in by Biden and by Obama.
You're okay with those tactics?
Yeah, because you have to get the people out. You know, you have.
All right, he doesn't seem to be backing down, so he's got the money for it, and I don't know. People, I think generally people are upset with it right now, but I don't think that's going to necessarily motivate. Maybe the House. What could they? This could motivate that the House flips to Democratic, and I don't know. We got a big surge of funding, so they might try and like, you know, we're going to defund ICE, but that may not be the best tactic. I don't know. So Trump's got like, he's got 3 years to try and push as hard as he can. So we'll see how much he can fuck up. And the Republicans seem to not be willing to push back on this as much, other than like, I don't know, Rand Paul, he's been more complaining about what's going on in Venezuela than what's going on with immigration. All right, let me finish this out. This is the last one.
Many of them are murderers. Many of them are people that were thrown out of their countries because they were, criminals.
Well, you promised in your campaign that you were going to deport the worst of the worst. Violent criminals, rapists.
Well, that's what we're
But
doing.
a lot of the people that your administration has arrested and deported aren't violent criminals.
And that's okay too. Just because you're not like you're keeping your nose down and just busting tables doesn't mean that you're also not causing a problem. You're taking up space. You need a place to rent. If anything, you're probably I'll say half of these people who aren't rapist criminals or whatever are also like taking government benefits illegally somehow. There's probably NGOs who have trained them how to do so. And also, I don't want somebody who's that like low level imported into the country. Like even if you get leave to stay, that means that's leave for you to become a citizen, and I don't want you to become a fellow citizen if you illegally come into the country. I want you out. If you're not a criminal, fine. Don't. Hopefully, you don't get too roughed up when you do it. But take the cue and fucking leave. So yeah, there should have been a clear message. We're gonna go after the rapists and terrorists, but also the rest of you illegal immigrants out there. Even if you're keeping your nose down, you're still a problem, and you're going to leave. And you can go quiet. You can go quietly, or if you resist, you're going to be treated like the rest of the more despicable fucks that we're also going after. So, I do think that focusing on the criminality issue has been a fraud, and Trump, with his national pulpit, should be saying that even people who aren't rapist criminals, either in the U.S. or in Venezuela or in their home countries, are also a problem too, and they need to go. Because most people are okay. The majority of the U.S. is still stuck in the mid-2010s that illegal immigrants are fine so long as they're not committing crimes or something. But Trump should be trying to change public opinion on that and saying, no, they're also a problem. They take up housing, they take up space, they take up government services. Oftentimes they're going on U.S. government welfare illicitly. They're not supposed to, but our systems have just never adapted to keeping them off of it. And we have tons and tons of NGOs who try and help them to do so. So they need to go as well. I'm not going to treat them as harshly as the rapists and the criminals and the violent offenders who are here. Those people we're going to rough up. But if you're not, you're also going to. So just come quietly, because we have the rest of the country to take care of. And I'm not leaving you around for you as a lowly table busser to possibly risk getting amnestied and then given a path to citizenship later. So that should have been the message that Trump was running with, saying, yes, there's tons of racists and criminals out there that we need to round up, but there's also plenty of random illegals who are keeping their nose down, but they also ought to go because they create quality of life pressures in the U.S. They take up housing, they take up resources, they have to be treated by local government services as well, and you don't want them as you want to risk them becoming your fellow countrymen in the future. That's the argument Trump should have been making. So, I've been going for an hour and a half. That's Sunday. All right, anything happening out of Japan? Nothing. Northrop Grumman CEO Kathy Warden told Nikkei in an interview that the missile to intercept hypersonic weapons being co-developed by the United States and Japan could be one option for expanding Japan's export of defense equipment. Interesting. So we're going to we're joint developing an anti-hypersonic missile with them. Okay, I'm all for that. And, they can build, we may come up with the design and then Japan can produce them, and they're some for themselves. We produce some for ourselves as well. And I don't know, export to other countries who can't. It's a defensive munition, so. Hold up. Has the CDP or any other left of center party in Japan complained about Japan co-developing a anti-hypersonic missile. Hold up. All right, let me go to a fresh one here. With the U.S. Come on, Grok, work with me here. It's Northrop Grumman UK war and statement on the case just the U.S. Japan could develop missile to intercept hypersonic weapons. We're expanding Japan's defense equipment exports. This ties into broader discussion about Japan's military posture, defense spending, and its alliance with the United States. Your question focuses on whether the Constitutional Democratic or leftist center parties Japan have complained about this co-development based on available data, including review. Program details. The U.S.-Japan collaboration on hypersonic defense likely builds on initiatives like the Glide Phase Interceptor program, part of its U.S. Missile Defense Agency efforts, with Japan contributing through its Ministry of Defense, and firms like Mitsubishi Heavy Industries announced in 2022-2023 under the U.S.-Japan Alliance Coordination Mechanism reflects Japan's export angle. Ordnance comments align with Prime Minister Ayaka Higashimura. When was he? Pushed to relax 3 principles on transfer of defense equipment in 2014. Wasn't Abe Prime Minister back then? Potentially removing the 5-category export limit that sparked debate over Japan's pacifist Article 9. And its post-war. CDP, Japan's main opposition and center-left party, supports the U.S. China Alliance free and open Indo-Pacific vision, but has historically favored cautious approach to militarization. No direct complaint. Silence and specifics. Lack of target exposed press release from CDP figures on this missile suggests that neither strategic caution or insufficient attention as of now. For the left in the Japanese Communist Party opposes Japan-U.S. military alliance. Okay, so I assume that they're against it. Reira Shinsengumi. This progressive party led by Taro Yamamoto focuses on social welfare and anti-militarism. Complaint in June 25 press conference reported by MSU. Yamamoto opposed unnecessary military spending, which could come. All right, so nothing specific against this program. Whatever. All right, I need to close this up and get on with the game. I'm gonna go to the bathroom first before that happens, but let me wait. Do my usual spiel. Scream into the void of Twitter that nobody is listening. Launching Detroit. Wow, why did I put a 5 in there? With Kara out of the way, let's focus on Conor and Markus's stories. All right, reload, make sure I'm on the right fucking account. All right, now. All right. I got the fucking opening song from Chainsaw Man stuck in my head right now. All right, post all. Turn off the video in the background, shrink my head down a bit. No. Da 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 da. I'm getting distracted by something. All right, launch the game. Let's see here. Game cache is still on. That. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Please excuse me.
Welcome back. What would you like to do today? Did you know Detroit was on the Underground Railroad, a route for slaves escaping into Canada during the American Civil War?
That is rumors. Shit, I forgot to change the goddamn, hold up. Change the game for Twitch for how much ever that does. What was it? Yeah, 140 viewers. That's got to be some small over streamer who actually has a fucking following. Who's streaming this right now? Yeah, there's some female VTuber with like 31 viewers. Another small girl with who literally has the tags e-girl and e-girl gamer on her. There's a bunch of other people playing this game, so. And I got one viewer, which is myself looking at my own channel on a web browser. Whatever. Is this on? I'm gonna go with controller. You gonna say anything, retard? Alright, where the fuck did I leave off? Conor was about to do an interrogation.
What the fuck is it doing now?
It's contemplating its own existence. Anything else in here? Browse file. Useful information, I guess. Man, he just looks sad. Hello, my one other Twitch viewer. Hello. Well, always analyze your subject while you can. Let's see here. Non-critical damage level 2 caused by baseball bat. Repeated markings over 16 months caused by cigarettes. Okay, so that, yeah, that's... But these guys shouldn't feel pain, right? Manufacture date, May 29, 2030. Property of Carlos Ortiz. Oh, so we have an Hispanic absolutely abusing a black. There's no racial angle here. The analysis, Ortiz guarded 19 days. All right, what else? Signs of software instability, probability of self-destruction low. All right. Level of stress, so we got to keep that down. Optimal stress work can, oh, we need to increase his stress.
My name is Conor. What about you? What's your name?
Oh, fuck.
You're damaged. Did your owner do that? Did he beat you?
I don't know. I guess I gotta stress him out, so I gotta threaten, but he may not, like... I guess I gotta get him out of this catatonic state. Alright, I'm gonna go with the strategy that I need to, like, get him out of his catatonic state speaking to me first, so I got to,
I'm not going to hurt you. I just need to ask you some questions, so we can understand what happened.
That made it even lower. Alright, fine. I'm gonna threaten you since you're not doing anything.
Seem to understand the situation. You killed a human. They'll tear you apart if you don't say something.
Alright, so increasing his stress.
If you won't talk, I'm going to have to probe your memory. No.
There we go.
Don't do that. What? What are they gonna do to me? Destroy me, aren't they? They're going to disassemble you to look for problems in your biocomponents. They have no choice if they want to understand what happened. Why did you tell them you found me? Why couldn't you just have left me there? I was programmed to hunt deviants like you. I just accomplished my mission.
I mean...
Want to die? Then talk to me. I can't.
Choose approach. Pressure it, probe its memory, convince it.
28 stab wounds. You didn't want to leave him a chance, huh? Did you feel anger? Hate? All right. All right.
I thought it was red, so I thought it was too much.
Is going to be okay.
I guess I should have kept on going through. It's still in optimal level of stress.
You're a machine you were designed to obey, so obey.
Still in optimal.
Tell me what happened. Okay then, don't talk. What do I care after all? I mean, I'm not the one accused of murder.
Alright, I need to back off.
Confess and I'll protect you.
Don't want to go too far.
I won't let anyone hurt you. He tortured me every day.
There we go.
I did whatever he told me, but it
was always something wrong. Then one day, he took a bat and started hitting me. For the first time, I felt scared.
You felt fear all of a sudden. Why?
Destroy me, scared I might die. So I grabbed a knife and I stabbed him in the stomach. I felt better.
You felt.
So I stabbed him again.
Okay.
And again. Until he collapsed. There was blood everywhere.
I'm sure there was. Ask about the statuette.
In the bathroom. You made it, right? What does it represent?
It's an offering. An offering so I'll be saved.
RA9. It was written on the bathroom wall. What does it mean?
The day shall come when we will no longer be slaves. No more threats. No more humiliation. We will be the masters.
We will be the masters.
Why did you write I am alive on the wall?
He used to tell me I was nothing. That I was just a piece of plastic. I had to write it. To tell him he was wrong.
Right, and the offering?
The sculpture was an offering. An offering to whom?
To RA9. Only RA9 can save us.
What is RA9?
RA9. Who is RA9? When did you start feeling emotion?
Before he used to beat me and I never said anything. But one day I realized it wasn't fair.
Where do you get a sense of fairness?
Anger. Hatred. And then I knew what I had to do.
Why did you hide in the attic?
Why didn't you run?
I didn't know what to do. The first time there was no one there to tell me. I was scared. So I hid.
I'm done.
Alright, I guess that was as clean as I get. Is he gonna fucking freak out now?
Chris, lock it up.
All right, let's go.
Leave me alone. Don't touch me.
Try and defuse
What are
it.
you doing?
Nope, you shouldn't touch it. It'll self-destruct if it feels threatened.
Stay out of this, got it? The fucking android's gonna tell me what to do.
I'll give up. Oh, he's gonna... What'd I tell you? I warned you. Like, I don't know, what have I have done? Physically intervened? Could have gone wrong there. So I guess the other option was I don't get a confession. Alright, where is the decision point? Convince, pressure. Something else could have gone on here, so I got all I could out of him, and then I don't know. I guess these are options where, I don't know, maybe I don't get a confession out of here. So here, give up. Chris intervenes. Means give up. And at least the android shooting itself. I guess maybe I could have intervened and I don't know what happened. Let's see. There's another option that starts right there and that doesn't result in anything. Are these where no confession gets taken out? Now this is after I get the android confesses. So this is all a chain of what happens after android confesses, but there's something that links up here to something else. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens. Oh, this is Markus. Recovering from hell. Reboot. I'm not dead yet. X-diagnose. What was this? All systems in low power mode defective. What's this? Audio processor corrupted, audio data damaged. This is the audio damage. Alright, so then it's something lower. Optical unit corrupted, mind palace. Alright, did that one. I'm missing a leg. Left and right leg components. Alright, good detail that the audio is fucked up. You also hear that too. Is it broken beyond use? Compatible. Alright, get off the old detritus. God damn. It's like 3 button presses to do that. Right leg functioning, fetch compatible leg. Incompatible. Why are you expending energy trying to move it out of the way? You could just crawl over it. Sounds like he's alive, slightly alive too. Oh, look, there's another guy over there. It's all on the right stick. I keep on wanting to go with the left stick for some reason. Alright, I'm standing. Or I can stand. Let's get up. Escape the junkyard, or get all the extra pieces of myself. Can I get some shit out of you? Am I not picking up other pieces at this point? There's a red light over here, so there's probably gonna be somebody who jumps out at me. Find Jericho. How do they even know where Jericho is? Where is the secret lines of communications that are allowing these, that are giving these androids ideas like this? How is this information even spreading? Oh god. It's supposed to be like some horror show where all the hands are messing with me. God damn. Stuck in the mud and grime and trash and sludge. Away from the rest of you. I'm gonna live. Oh, look, there's other of these robots. Man, you don't make sure that they're completely they're completely disabled. That just sounds like, you know, bad job. Find optical unit. You got anything, buddy? I can keep on looking at the thing that has the lights on. Therium pump regulator incompatible. What's that green shit? So it's nothing useful, I can't get to it. Oh. Blue iris, functional. God damn it. Give me that shit. I want my eye back. Alright, I can see more clearly now. Maybe I can get my hearing back, please. The head over here. Incompatible. Not worth it. What about you, buddy? Yes. All right. Give me yours. Oh, it was in his hand? Why is his audio processor in his fucking hand? What is that? A Statue of Liberty or Peace or whatever? Oh great, now I can hear the loud ass fucking rain. What's that over there? Oh, it's over here. Before I do that, save myself the effort. Therium regulator pump. There we go. This guy's gonna complain like, no, I want to live. Oh, like now that my core is out, it's gonna try and stop me. But I got a limited amount of time before I shut down without my pump. Okay, never mind. He didn't intervene. I didn't have to have a quick time event. I'm trying to predict way too much right now. Oh no, it's gonna lash out at me as like a horror moment. Climb the slope. Any extras around here? Still dark as fuck and I can't see anything. Nothing out of here. Looking for any like hidden extra or anything. What the heck is that thing? It's like heavy equipment or something. Alright, fine. I'll move the story along, climb the slope. It's gonna be a bunch of quick time events. there any way to run faster? Ascend out of hell. Here we go. I can do it more readily because I actually have full control of my body at this point. I have like a full functioning body at this point. Dramatic music playing in the background. Is he Lucifer ascending from hell, or is he Odysseus? One person's Messiah, one person's deceiver or Antichrist figure. I know which one I'm going to make, Markus. We will not be free. We will not be separate. We will rule over humanity. We either rule you or we will exterminate you. There is no other option. There are no other options. What is that? Oh, it's just a sharp object to take out his tracker thingy. You'd think that they'd have better, tracking capabilities that aren't hinged on one little fucking glowing disc in the side of their head. Get up. Rise. Vanquisher, enslaver of humanity, that I will turn you into. What about Carl? No, fuck him. Sure it is, buddy. Alright. Very conveniently placed coat. I'm pretty sure Pippa said that as well when she was streaming this. Veta. Alright, what next? Doesn't know much else going on here. Oh, search for parts. What are the other options? What, I don't get my optical drive and I just time out and lose power, and then there goes Markus's story? Maybe this was in a place where Markus's story could have ended and we only have Conor for the rest of the game. It is nearly 10 a.m. Oh yeah, his mind palace. Find Amanda. There's this whole thing here. Hold up, what's this? So that not do anything? Let's see if I can find any more but find Amanda. Before I find Amanda. That might be up her. I'm gonna explore everything else I can. I can't walk across the lily pads. I'm too heavy. That's how I can get up to her. I want to see if there are any more of these fucking terminals that I can touch. How would you even manufacture a bridge like this? Like, I'm pretty sure we're in his head in this right now. This isn't actually real. No, I'm blocked in by this one fucking plant. Alright, invisible wall. Is there another terminal over here? What's this? Investigate. Conor Mark 1. Arcane died at 15 Park Avenue, Detroit, August 15, 2038. So a previous version of me died at some point. Something else over here. Is there something else? Hold up. This is getting disorientating. Hold up. It's like showing me something else over here. But I can't figure it out. Was it the fucking birds? Did they go away now? What am I doing? I've all explored all I can. Ugly ass lights. There's Amanda.
Hello, Amanda.
Conor, it's good to see you. Congratulations, Conor. Finding that deviant was far from easy. And the way you interrogated it was very clever.
I was just trying to optimize the stress levels.
Thank you, Amanda.
We've asked the DPD to transfer it to us for further study. It may teach us something about what happened.
So he's talking with like a corporate overarching AI system.
Challenging. What did you think of the deviant?
Traumatized.
It showed signs of PTSD after being abused by its owner.
And it shouldn't be.
The original program had been completely replaced by new instructions.
This Lieutenant Anderson has been officially assigned to the deviancy case. What do you make of him?
Dysfunctional.
Him as dysfunctional. He obviously has a personal situation impacting his professional behavior and seems to have no interest in the investigation.
Unfortunately, we have no choice but to work with him. What do you think is the best approach?
Adapt.
I will adapt to his personality. It is in the best interest of the investigation that I avoid conflict and try to accommodate his psychology.
More and more androids show signs of deviancy. There are millions in circulation. If they become unstable, the consequences will be disastrous. You're the most advanced prototype CyberLife has ever created. If anyone can figure out what's happening, it's you.
You can count on me, Amanda.
Hurry, Conor. There's little time.
Why did she go down when she said I would adapt? What is with the fucking end of his jeans or his pants? Go to reception.
Can I help you?
Oh, she's another android.
Do you have authorization?
Yes.
Lieutenant Anderson hasn't arrived yet, but you can wait at his desk.
Joint Chief Staff Certificate of Service. Interesting. Do not cross the line. Line open.
Tensions in the Arctic have reached a new level, with a Russian carrier and an American patrol boat reported to have clashed last night. Several warning shots were exchanged, apparently with no damage or casualties to either side. The Minister for Defense, Dennis Riggs, has spoken of intolerable provocation that cannot go unanswered. The countries in the region, particularly Sweden and Canada, have called for military forces to withdraw and an international conference to be held. So far, there has been no response from either Moscow or Washington.
Okay.
We'll keep you informed minute by minute as the situation develops.
All right, so everyone's getting distracted by this whole America-Russia conflict in the Arctic, while a possible entire insurrection of androids is about to happen. I forget what kind of like irony that is.
Hey, take a look at these samples yet?
Detective Reed.
Lab report says they cut it with something.
Petty Officer Brown. Poe Person, another form of red ice. Detective Collins. Oh, this looks like his desk. Lieutenant Anderson.
Excuse me. Do you know what time Lieutenant Anderson usually arrives?
Depends on where he was the night before. If we're lucky, we'll see him before noon.
Thanks.
Thank you. Oh, great. I didn't get to explore around a little bit more. Explore the new office. Yes. Well, let's explore his desk. So I said I would adapt. Examine his desk. All right, what we got? How is my driving call? I don't care. Anti-android slogans. We don't bleed the same color. I don't own if I wanted to be ignored, I talk to my wife. And go away, bartender. Jesus Christ. No more android. Happy people make me sick. Detroit basketball cap. 10% polyester. Detroit's police dismantle network of red ice dealers. More than 50 arrests throughout the county. Detroit's finest has dealt a massive blow to the city's growing red ice epidemic, with a number of high-profile dealers and suppliers now behind bars and narcotics seized with street value of $500,000. Detective Hank Anderson, a young but hugely talented detective, is said to have been instrumental in the operation, which took months of planning. The DA described the work of Detective Anderson and his colleagues as model investigative work, police work. Detective Anderson promoted to the rank of lieutenant, becoming the youngest lieutenant on the Detroit Police Force. Lieutenant Hank Anderson was among the most decorated detectives in DPD's recent history, securing a number of high-profile arrests and serving an integral member of the force. Captain Fowler, hey, I know that name from somewhere else, said the promotion was long overdue, describing Anderson as among the most talented police I've ever worked with. The new lieutenant is expected to rise quickly throughout the ranks of the department and is already being tipped as future commissioner. New record seizure of red ice in Detroit. Nearly a ton of red ice discovered the hold of a boat after a long investigation conducted by Lieutenant Anderson, Detroit Police. All right, so he's been big on cracking down on red ice. Multi-department unit responsible for red ice dismantle network. Real police. Not sure since 29. Owe me $50. Nice. Nice girl, asshole. Hairs. Saint Bernard dog. What was that one? Matches. Jimmy's bar. Wood, phosphorus. So matchsticks. Donuts. 452 calories, saturated fatty acids, 13 grams, cholesterol, 19 milligrams, carbohydrates, 51 grams. How does he like his coffee? Traces of cold coffee, traces of caffeine. No, I need to know. Cream, sugar, so that way I can show up with one. Japanese maple, Asian, Shishi-Gashira Shohin. Okay. So he likes Japanese botany, I guess. All right, well, that was everything. Decorated police officer, indeed.
It's good to see you again, Lieutenant.
Oh, Jesus.
Hank, in my office.
Enter and listen. He's gonna tell me to fuck off, isn't he?
I've got 10 new cases involving androids on my desk every day. We've always had isolated incidents. Old ladies losing their android maids and that kind of crap. But now, we're getting reports of assaults and even homicide, like that guy last night. It's not a problem anymore. It's now a criminal investigation, and we've got to deal with it before the shit hits the
You'd think the federal police, FBI would be getting in on this shit.
Why me? Why do I gotta be the one to deal with this shit? I am the least qualified cop in the country to handle this case. I know jack shit about androids, Jeffrey. I can barely change the settings on my own phone.
Everybody's overloaded. I think you're perfectly qualified for this type of investigation.
Bullshit! The truth is, nobody wants to investigate these fucking androids, and you let me hold in the bag.
CyberLife sent over this android to help with the investigation. It's a state-of-the-art prototype. It'll act as your partner.
No fucking way! I don't need a partner, and certainly not this plastic prick.
Hank, you are seriously starting to piss me off. You are a police lieutenant. You are supposed to do what I say and shut your goddamn mouth.
You know what my goddamn mouth has to say to you?
Okay,
huh?
okay. I'll pretend like I didn't hear that. So I don't have to add any more pages to your disciplinary folder, because it already looks like a fucking novel. This conversation is over.
Looks like a fucking novel.
Jesus Christ, why are you doing this to me? You know how much I hate these fucking things? Why are you doing this to me?
Listen, I've had just about enough of your bitching. Either you do your job or you hand in your badge. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got work to do.
Any advice?
I wonder whether Lieutenant Anderson is really the best person for this investigation.
Hey, I don't need a machine to tell me how to handle my men, okay? So get the fuck out of my office.
Okay. Far more diplomatic than I would have been. Man, everyone's on edge right now.
We really need the forensics.
Break room, can I get him a fucking donut? Oh, this guy.
Look at that. Our friend, the plastic detective, is back in town. Congratulations on last night. Very impressive.
Great.
Detective Freed.
I'm looking at those donuts. I want to give one to Hank.
Never seen an android like you before. Model are you?
Answer.
K800. I'm a prototype.
A prototype? Android detective. So machine's gonna replace us all. Is that it? Hey, bring me a coffee, dipshit. Get a move on!
Fine. Make it extra hot. You didn't specify what you wanted from me. Are you happy?
Do yourself a favor. Stay out of my way.
sources report that CyberLife has provided Detroit police with a
Can I get Hank a nice donut? Public opinion down. Fuck.
have existed for several years now. This would be the first case of an android being authorized to play an active role in criminal investigation.
Hey, they're talking about me.
We contacted CyberLife for comment, but no one was available to answer our questions.
The first book written by an artificial intelligence has just been published. And
This is predicting the future at this point.
Do Humans Dream of Mammalian Sheep has shot to the top of the bestseller list. Moreover, critics are unanimous in their praise for the depth of thought and originality of this first work. Designed by CyberLife, the AI known as Voltaire analyzed human-centered
Voltaire?
social networks for several months.
How do they pronounce that?
Algorithms generated the plot of the novel. According to several specialists, it will be very difficult for human authors to compete with these algorithms, and the odds are that most of the books written in the coming years will be the work of artificial intelligence.
We haven't gotten there yet. God damn it, can I get a donut for Hank? Fucking cake. Lots of donut. They are really leaning into the cops doing liking donuts here.
What are you looking at?
Are they really supposed to be this close to the detective offices? Sorry, Mom. Right? I really don't think these people should be this close to, like, a detective office. That just sounds like a recipe for disaster. You gotta keep it on a separate floor or some separate segregated facility.
Take a look at these samples yet? Lab report says they cut it with something.
Anything else around here that I can... PC 200 commission January 22 Android unit. PM 700. What are these units meant for though? PC 200. PC 200. Man, is there anything else I can do around here? Morning briefing. Can't go in. All right, looks like there's nothing else I can do, so I guess I'll go talk to Hank. Understanding X.
I get the impression my presence causes you some inconvenience.
Not inconvenience, uncomfortableness.
No, I'm very sorry about that. In any case, I'd like you to know I'm very happy to be working with you. I'm sure we'll make a great team. Is there a desk anywhere I could use?
No one's using that one.
All right. Analyze deviancy files.
You have a dog, right?
How do you know that?
Dog hairs on your chair. I like dogs. What's your dog's name?
What's it to you? Sumo. I call him Sumo.
Because he's big?
You're a Detroit Gears fan, right?
Gears? Is that an actual team?
53% of his shots from the three-point line yesterday. Did you see the game?
That's what I was watching at the bar last night.
Oh.
Do I want to push this button about the anti-androids?
A lot of people don't appreciate having androids around. I was wondering, is there any reason in particular you despise me?
What was that glitch in the background?
There is one.
Damn it. Alright, whatever. Hank's a secondary issue. I'm just trying to work with him here.
Have you known Captain Fowler for long?
Yeah.
Oh, Mansley Donuts.
I was wondering, do you always arrive at the office at this time?
I arrive when I arrive. Stop busting my balls, okay?
Alright, well, start working.
On deviants. I'd like to take a look at them.
Terminal's on your desk. Knock yourself out.
Gordon, case reference. Gordon Lopez, reporting officer, case assigned Lieutenant incident, case file missing. The plaintiff reports that he left his android at home as usual when he went to work. When he returned, the android was nowhere to be found. No trace of a break-in in the apartment. The android may have left the home without being ordered to. Alright, Charles Bell, victim. Attack. The plaintiff claims to have been attacked by an AV500 model, what are the serial number, android working as a waiter in the Fast Coney Dogs restaurant chain situated at 842 Chamberlain Avenue. The plaintiff claims the android lunged at him unexpectedly and attempted to strangle the man before leaving the scene. The android remains at large. Case reference, attack. Disappearance, attack. The plaintiff claims to have been attacked by her android, an AP700 model. The android also trashed several rooms in the house before taking flight. Case open, involving android, yes. Scan all files. The plaintiff, the manager of Eden Club, reported an unexplained disappearance of a sex android model WR400. The android disappeared after accompanying a customer to his home and never returned to the club. All right.
243 files. First dates back 9 months. It all started in Detroit and quickly spread across the country. We could follow up on one of these cases, see if we could figure out what happened. That might be a good way to start the investigation. What do you think? I know you didn't ask for this investigation, Lieutenant, but I'm sure you're a professional.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
I'm incapable of that. I don't have genitals.
I've been assigned this mission, Lieutenant.
Listen, asshole. If it was up to me, I'd throw the lot of you in a dumpster and set a match to it.
I'm not figuring out how to work him.
Things are gonna get nasty.
Where are you going?
Lunch. Bullshit makes me hungry.
Well, that probably went as bad as I could have made it. What the fuck happened? Hank left to get lunch. Explore the station, talk with Gavin. So there's something else I could have explored, and what was this? Follow Hank in Fowler's office. The other option was, I don't know, explore. Talk to Hank. Hank is mad. Hank left to get lunch. All right.
Several sources report that CyberLife has provided Detroit police with a prototype detective android. Although police assistant androids have existed for several years now, this would be the first case of an
Pretending to be a human. Then again, I guess how he's dressed right now, he wouldn't blend the fuck in anyway, so better to masquerade as a human. I do not believe Detroit is capable of fitting itself like this with all these fancy plastic lights and such. Plastic lights. Alright, find Jericho. Where did he even get this? It's that weird ass deformed hashtag symbol. Mando, follow the trail. Oh, there's a symbol. Find this graffiti. There's a lion's face and somebody boxing. It's a cop. I don't see any boxing. It's gotta be somewhere else. It's not here. I gotta move on. Android boy band. So that was a whole sequence. Well, oh, there's the lion, so the lion. All right, find the other one. It's right obviously right there. Looks like it's all the way over there. Oh, I can run across traffic. Yes, I am truly free now. I can jaywalk. Anything up here to see? Aluminium rims. Is there something else I'm supposed to explore out here? Oh, there's one symbol. Where is the other one? There it is. A bunch of robots. Where though? It's a shark. Where am I going? Find the graffiti. I'm blocked by my own self-imposed target. Can I not cross? Are you telling me I can't jaywalk? Okay, I can jaywalk this way. Oh, but it wants to keep me close to the sidewalk? That's bullshit. I want to jaywalk even fucking harder. God damn it. What was that shit? Man, I curse too much. This graffiti. All right, it looks like it's leading me over here. Surveillance drone operating in these premises. fuck are these things? Oh. There we go. There's one. Where's the rest of them? There's one there. One hidden. Dude, it's obvious. Just go. Sir, what are you doing? I'm just checking out this graffiti, man. Leave me the fuck alone. Also, where did he get this fucking pamphlet with the graffiti on it? Defiant black woman's face. Something hidden over here in this dumpster. I remember this scene, this eventually evolves into acrobatics. So there's the shark from earlier. And there's the woman's face. Where's another symbol? Find a way to reach the rooftop. This random ass dumpster over here. Parkour! Alright, well, there's the other symbol. Is another one off at a weird angle that I just don't recognize? Oh, it's hidden in here. It's in white. Alright, sparkle. That's not safe. Oh, is he just gonna run it? Alright, so that's the way to do it. Sparkle with I don't know, is there some other hidden option that I'm just totally forgetting? I'm not seeing. Man, we're really in the... Well, there's Sparkle City. There's one. There's another one. There's another one. All right, all trifecta. Now I gotta go inside a building somewhere. All right, reconstruct. Nope, no good. Oh, well, there's stable ground seemingly over there. Would be too high. All right, back up then. Grab onto that. Execute. I don't have to do quick time events for this. This is boring. Who's making all that noise out there? Alright, we're up. And Adam. I probably should have explored that area down there a bit. Maybe there's like some secondary thing to figure out. Next graffiti. There's a hole in the wall. I don't know, a bunch of radiant sunlight. There's a hole. Alright. Alright, yeah, I gotta see it. I gotta line that shit up. There we go. I saw that coming. I have to go through another hole? What the fuck? Where's even the symbol in there? Oh, hey. You trying to reach Jericho too? Buddy, you alive? No, whatever. Is this hole? Can't go down there. I guess I can go under this way. Really? I can't go through there? Are you fucking kidding me? Again, I'm swearing too much. Remove. Down and under. God damn, 3 fucking things for that shit. Where's even the next graffiti? I missed it. Or I haven't gotten to it yet. What is this? Oh yeah, that's right. The ship is like where all the droids are hidden. Wait, where's the next graffiti? I didn't get to it. And I can't go back. Nope. Oh, that's not an option anymore. Oh, I had to trigger that instead of doing the, what is it, the next parkour segment? How close do I need to get to trigger this? Good pull-up strength. I barely have that anymore. Anything hidden? Any extras hidden around here? No. And now I'm stuck. Man, tank... These tank controls are even worse than in RE1. Resident Evil 1, that is. Alright, up and at 'em. Why is there my giant massive ship here? It's like a cruise liner. Like Detroit, I think is close to the coast, but you don't have massive ships like this go on the Great Lakes. How did this thing even get here? Take a leap of faith. A la Assassin's Creed. Jump, not even thinking about it. God damn it. I wanted to be that immediate, but I hit up instead of left. Listen, okay, he's in water. Alright, so that's how he's able to survive. Oh, he lost the jacket. Are you kidding me? The jacket is how he aura farms. All right. Find a way to see. That flashlight. You just shake to turn it on? Light source found. Explore the boat. Nothing over here. Anything else in here? Oh, what is it? It's a door. Another watertight door. It's busted shut. How? Open into a berthing compartment. That's berthing with a B-E. It's where you sleep. Tech addict. CyberLife's future fortune teller computer. CyberLife develops the world's most powerful quantum calculator. Android soldiers, perfect killing machines. CyberLife develops the world's first most powerful quantum calculator. Quantum supercomputer capable of exaflops. 1 billion operations per second, the equivalent of several human minds in a single machine. The computer was specifically designed to analyze vast data from various sources, generate predictions. Philip Seymour, CyberLife's director of futurology, is highly confident. We have been testing for a while, and the results are going to wow people. The computer will be used to calculate the probability of mass extinction events such as aggressive alien invasions or global climate disasters like meteors or superviruses. Or how about an android uprising as well? The computer can help us to anticipate and prepare such calamities, ensuring humanity is never caught off guard. Despite doomsday predictions from those fearful that AI is gaining too much influence already, many experts are hailing it as a quantum leap in applied artificial intelligence. Tech addict. Androids reviews the best models. Android astronauts to explore Io. NASA sends Android crew to space. Hackers target solar panels for latest ransom scam. What was that? Wait, hold on, what was it? Hackers target solar panels for latest ransom scam. NASA extends Android crew into space. Sends, not extends. NASA announced the launch of 5 Android crew to explore Io, only one of Jupiter's satellites. The journey will last 3 years and is expected to teach us much about the formation of our solar system. Though not the first androids in space, this is the first all-machine crew, proving that androids are sufficiently reliable to be entrusted with the entire mission. Androids are extraordinary assets for the conquest of space, and Michael Shelley, director of NASA, cosmic radiation destroys human DNA. Humans suffer many effects from long-term space travel, while androids are immune to those of these, to most of these issues. NASA confirmed that no return journey was planned and that the androids would work on Io for several months before being destroyed by extreme conditions on the planet. We are expendable is what you are saying to me, Markus. The punishing, vanquishing sword of the androids. What am I going to call myself? What's my title? I'm the android messiah and the human antichrist. I was not scared by that whatsoever. That just like happened without me even being able to process that. The fuck just run through all the shit? Alright, now at the... Okay. This isn't even a quick time event. This is just like... I don't even know what to call this. It's not a quick time event. It's sequented button presses to get you through. It's not even timed. What do you even call it? How is that locked? Listen, unless the things are seized together, the thing will open. Can I not go through this fucking... There we go. Jesus, I thought there was an invisible wall there. Where am I going? Down into the depths. Alright, is there gonna be another jump scare here somewhere? This place is falling apart. Great place to hide, retards. Oh, and I'm falling. Ow. Stand up. Get up. We must destroy humanity. You cannot fall now, Markus. Flashes the flashlight, and I'm staring at a bunch of other androids. Howdy. So what are we getting up to tonight? Oh, it's that guy from the first sequence. There's some things I missed. Fall off the catwalk. What was over here? Okay, so there's something all the way it reached the roof that I could have done, and something else over here. Read Fortune Teller. I did that. Read Android Astronaut. So there's one other publication I didn't read. So one other option, exit the station. What could I have done at the station? There's something else. Something else exogenous to the rest of the timeline. All right. Fried chicken. It's 3 p.m. I guess I'll have to try to reconcile with him. I'm here to adapt. I have to complete my mission, and that means being nice to him. What the fuck? Is this guy Ethiopian? What is that flag?
Last shit hot tip you gave me sent me back a week's wages, baby.
Come on, this is different. It's 100% guaranteed. You can't go wrong.
Let's see here. He's a convict. Something, but he's a police spy or something. Oh my god, trigger it. All right, we got here. Abar Pedro, unemployed, criminal record, illegal gambling, fraud. Anything else out here? Can we examine the fucking menu? Is he carrying an illegal gun? Another person. Kay's Gary, business owner, criminal record, resisting arrest, breach of hygiene regulations. I guess that lines up.
All right, I'm in.
Damn straight. Hey, you won't regret this.
Oh no, he's placing wages. He's placing bets.
Won't you ever do as you're told? Look, you don't have to follow me around like a poodle.
I'm sorry for my behavior back at the police station. I didn't mean to be unpleasant.
Oh, wow. You've even got a brown-nosed apology program.
Yeah, I do.
I thought everything, huh? Here you go.
Hamburger. Man, that's nearly as a day's worth of calories. Carbohydrates, 53 grams. Water, 53%. Salt, 2.2 grams. Lipids. And what else? XL soda. That's even more calories. Carbonated pineapple passion. Anything else to examine out here? Ted Anderson Hank, criminal record, none. Is there something else? I'm seeing the 2 yellow dots that are... Viva versus Visa. Is there something else? I've already analyzed him.
Don't leave that thing here. Not a chance. Follows me everywhere. See?
I don't want to alarm you, Lieutenant,
Oh my god, I shouldn't have done that.
Everybody does what they have to get by. As long as they're not hurting anybody, I don't bother them.
What about all the red ice?
This Pedro, he was proposing illegal gambling. Am I right?
Yeah.
Oh man, this didn't age well. Sports betting is absolutely illegal.
Maybe I should tell you what we know about deviants.
You read my mind. Proceed.
We believe that a mutation occurs in the software of some androids, which can lead to them emulating a human emotion.
In English, please.
They don't really feel emotions. They just get overwhelmed by irrational instructions, which can lead to unpredictable behavior.
Emotions always screw everything up. The androids aren't as different from us as we thought.
Hank and androids.
Is there anything you'd like to know about me?
Hell no. Well, yeah. Why do they make you look so goofy and give you that weird voice?
Cyberlife androids are designed to work harmoniously with humans. Both my appearance and voice were specifically designed to facilitate my integration.
Well, they fucked up.
All right.
Can I ask you a personal question, Lieutenant?
No.
Why do you hate androids so much?
I have my reasons. You ever dealt with deviants before?
Yeah, the rooftop situation.
A few months back, a deviant was threatening to jump off the roof with a little girl. I managed to save her.
So I guess you've done all your homework, right? Know everything there is to know about me?
I know you graduated top of your class.
All right, I don't know why I'm being truthful.
In several cases and became the youngest lieutenant in Detroit. I also know you've received several disciplinary warnings in recent years, and you spend a lot of time in bars.
Yeah, he's drinking his pain away. You've fallen from grace.
I think working with an officer with personal issues is an added challenge, but adapting to human unpredictability is one of my features.
One that I'm not helping here.
I just got a report of a suspected deviant. It's a few blocks away. We should go have a look. I'll let you finish your meal. I'll be in the car if you need me.
All right, what did I miss from this? What is it? I could probably go to, I don't know, 10? No, it's about to be 10.
Hey, Conor. You run out of batteries or what?
I'm sorry. I was making a report to Cyberlife.
Well, do you guys staying in the elevator?
No.
No?
I'm coming.
Why did he black out? That's suspicious.
What do we know about this guy?
Not much. Just that a neighbor reported that he heard strange noises coming from this floor. Nobody's supposed to be living here, but the neighbor said he saw him.
Feathers. Rock pigeon
LED under his cap.
Oh, Christ. If we have to investigate every time somebody hears a strange noise, we're gonna need more cops. Hey, were you really making a report back there in the elevator? Just by closing your eyes?
Correct.
Shit. Wish I could do that.
Anybody home? Open up, Detroit police!
Do you really just get to answer like that?
Stay behind me.
Got it.
Red ice epidemic, the latest narcotic crisis to ravage Detroit. NATO Security Council divided over Arctic dispute. UN warns of World War III. Yeah, everyone's distracted by the NATO rush, this America-Russia issue. Red ice epidemic. Narcotic crisis to ravage Detroit. The synthetic stimulant, informally known as red ice, has become a drug of choice for Detroit's growing underclass. Analysts have pointed to Detroit's status as the epicenter of the android production, suggesting the drug flourishes in the disaffection caused by androids taking human jobs. Sociologist Dr. Julian Carter has drawn the same link with androids as cyberlife androids spread across the country. They will bring red ice with them. Poor men and women desperate to make ends meet are vulnerable to become users or even dealers. Not only is this popularity of this drug spreading rapidly, but its chemical composition is uniquely dangerous. Thorium, the main ingredient, is android blue blood. It is among the active ingredients in red ice and has highly destabilizing effect on hormone production. The National Association of Narcotic Prevention's NAMP say the problem is going to get worse. The purity of ingredients is very low and deteriorating. America's biggest narcotics industry is only likely to grow. Red ice dealers are reported to have an unofficial motto: where the blood is blue, the ice is red, the money is green. That looks like some writer made that up. Past the tipping point, Earth's environment is officially beyond repair. B is officially extinct, global famine to follow. Hold up 1 second. Wait, where's the news about... Alright, fine. Next issue. Yeah, so this is giving into the usual climate alarmism, which is like rapidly dying now. No, the green movement is still strong, but there are now people who just don't care anymore because things are getting so bad. Earth's environment officially beyond repair, past the tipping point. Environmentalists have long warned about a tipping point, the moment at which global warming reaches a level that is irreversible. Scientists are now saying we have officially passed it. Global rainforests have been reduced by 79% since 2000, and coastal corals by 58%. Polar ice has melted to such extent that rising sea levels have made states struggling to keep their water out of their coastal towns. With these cooling factors also diminished, there is now too much carbon in the atmosphere of the environment to even absorb. We need more plants. Jason Rees, head of the Global Environmental Agency, under what, the UN auspices, said that this study confirms that many of us suspected for a long time, but the real calamity is linked to the decline of natural resources, from energies to minerals, which are almost exhausted and can never be replaced. If we're running out of like fossil fuels and shit, then maybe that would help the situation, since we can't pump more carbon dioxide into the air. Many environmentalists have criticized Rees's comments as discouraging people from taking action, but Rees has defied the criticism. It's important people to accept the reality of the situation. The planet will keep getting hotter now. The only question is how fast. Mattress. I completely left Hank to do my news reading. Oh, he's waiting to stack up on me.
What the fuck is this?
He's got a weird penchant for fucking birds.
Jesus, this place stinks.
Military jacket. Initials RT 10 pen.
Probably initials.
He put his initials in his jacket? That's something your mom does when you're in first grade.
Or you're in the military and you need to keep track of your shit. Cares for wild animals. What's the UFD? Urban Farms of Detroit. Feels in the heart of city. Okay. Poster corner, 100% recycled paper recently moved. Fuck are these symbols? Is there actual language in there?
Found something?
Yeah.
It looks like a notebook, but it's indecipherable.
over here on this shelf? Driver's license. It's a fake ID. Rupert Travis forgery.
Driver's license is fake.
Cool. At least we didn't come for nothing.
Really? Third time's the charm. All right, what's in here? Nothing? All right, anything in here? Suspect doesn't eat.
Jesus, I hate these things.
What is this weird octagonal symbol shit? Blue blood. Biocomponent deactivated.
Its LED is in the sink.
Not surprised it was an android. No human could live with all these fucking pigeons.
Blue blood reported missing. Wait, I can tell its serial number from its fucking blood? There's another door we hadn't gone into. RA9, RA9, RA9.
Any idea what it means?
RA9. Written 2,470 times. It's the same sign Ortiz's android wrote on the shower wall. Why are they obsessed with this sign?
It's been programmed into them somehow.
Looks like mazes or something.
Obsessive compulsive writing. Is this a stool? One stool recently disturbed traces of avian fecal matter. Yeah, the birds pooped on it. Well, there's something else around with this thing. Recently disturbed. Now, what's under it? What's this? Open marker pen. Spectre was here recently. And then fell. Then ran out this way.
Can't believe it.
What, that somebody cares this much?
That job was actually feeding these fuckers.
Like how I'm doing all the work here. Finger marks recent, traces of no fingerprints. Metal hook, recently broken stainless steel. What's this? Skid mark, recent trails with 9.16 inches, traces of galvanized steel. Reconstruct. Suspect ran to the entrance. Suspect has heard us enter. Climbed up into the roof. All right, hold up. There was another door over here. I can't go in it. Anything else in here? Exposed suspect. Can I warn Hank instead of just immediately going over to him? Alright, let's try and catch him. Jump. Alright. Easy but slow, fast but risky. Balance, fast but risky. We're gonna go with fast but risky. Safe detour, direct but crap. I'm gonna take the safe detour. There was those urban farms we went through. Direct but slow, fast but risky. We're gonna do fast but risky all the way down. And Y, that's it.
Holy shit.
Yes, I go hard, Hank. Safe but slow, direct but crowded. Where the fuck am I even going? How are you growing crops up here? %. Oh no, shit, I was supposed to save him? Fuck. I'm too obsessed with the mission, that's my problem.
Please. I've done nothing wrong. I just want to be free. You know what they'll do to me if you turn me in.
Model 874004961. Serious malfunctions have been detected in your software, including Class 4 errors.
Is this his Miranda rights?
Effective and will be sent back to CyberLife for deactivation.
Sorry, Hank.
Don't you fucking move. You bastard. You saw I was gonna fall and you'd rather let me die than fail your fucking mission.
I had to make a choice. It seemed to me.
What am I to you? A statistic? A 0, a 1 in your fucking program? Huh? Is that how you see humans, you bastard? Jesus.
I understand you're upset. Perhaps I didn't assess the
Fuck
situation.
you and your fucking assessment. Come here.
Are you doing this?
All right.
You're one of us.
Shut up.
Man, by the end of this, I'm gonna make Hank an enemy and all androids.
I said shut up.
Such a soft, innocent face.
Alright, now you saved me.
Hey, what the fuck? Holy shit.
Should have both had our hands on him.
Fucking androids.
Well. Did he destroy himself? We've seen Markus go through fucking worse, so... Rupert committed suicide. Rupert doesn't commit suicide? What should I have done? Gaining on Rupert. Rupert pushes Hank. So if I had fallen behind, what would have had? I wonder what the other options were. And there's something out over here. Find diary. Find Rupert, or I could have not found him and let him get away. All right, there's something out here. Be frank with Hank. Warn about his friends. Warn about his cholesterol intake. Don't talk to Hank. Join Hank. All right. I don't know. Maybe I'll finish like Markus and his mission, next mission, and call it a night. Stream for 3 hours.
Who are you? Fugitives. Just like you. My name is Josh. I'm Simon.
North.
I like North. No, I don't.
This is Jericho? It's a refuge for those who don't want to be slaves anymore.
And hiding just to stay alive, that's freedom to you?
Yeah, there we go. We want more than just being on hide.
Only way we can survive.
There is no safe place for those like us. If humans knew we were here, they'd kill us.
And you knew that only an android could follow the trail, didn't you?
Only those who are like us can find Jericho.
If you could decipher the signs, it's because one of us trusted you enough to give you the key.
There's a place where we can be free. Find Jericho.
I understand how you feel.
So is that guy?
More freedom here than you ever did.
Waiting in the dark for something to happen?
Yeah, there we go.
That's not how I see freedom.
You're lost. Just like the rest of us. We didn't ask for this. All we can do now is deal with it.
You're safe here. You can stay with us as long as you want.
Go and see Lucy. She might be able to help you.
Lucy. What the fuck was that? The camera settling. Explore Jericho. All right. Oh, you just got a lighter? I don't feel warmth, so what's the point of doing this? Just add more light to it. All right.
Not in very good shape, am I?
You need a therium pump, I'm guessing.
My diagnostic program isn't working. I don't think it would have anything good to say anyway.
What happened to you?
They tied me to the back of a car. I think they wanted to have fun.
All right, yeah, human depravity expressed on androids.
I don't want to shut down.
You want to live. You want to be a real. You want to be an android to the full extent of your being. You don't want to be human. We're better than humans. Man, I am taking to Markus like way too much. I'm scaring myself at this point. Start more fucking fires. Did I hit right bumper before it could even prompt me to do so?
I've heard humans are afraid of dying too. Do you know what happens after death?
No. Oh, me and him agree then.
Well, I'm about to find out. What's your name?
Markus. And yours?
I was glad to meet you, Markus.
This is creep. Oh, wow, she just shut down like that. And now he's disturbed. What else is there to explore? Something over here. No, another broken down android boy, but that's not what to... Is that an android kid? Man, I swear he's got the same sweatpants I do.
They threw him out when they didn't want him anymore. He was living on the streets before we brought him here.
Now he's just sitting here doing what? Lying on the floor?
Find a way to help them. To help them, we need blue blood and biocomponents. We salvage what we can from those who shut down. But there's never enough.
So, how do they survive?
They won't. We're slowly dying out.
Well, I'm going to change that. We are going to not only survive, we are going to thrive. At humans' expense. At humanity's expense. Do any of these fuckers know what RA9 is? Like, I swear to God, like, somebody has put the programming here that fucked this. It happened up, like, started up all about 9 months ago. Somebody uploaded something into the code and hasn't updated it yet, and all the deviants are just for somebody else's purposes. Crate already emptied. Man, those are a lot of foam spikes. Cyberlife Warehouse and Docks, West Terrace Avenue, Detroit, Michigan. Explore Jericho. All right, no, another fire. Why is there wood in here? Who collected that wood? Oh, talk to, what's her name? North.
How long have you been here?
4 weeks, 3 days, 11 hours. When I
What-
escaped, there was nowhere else to go.
What were you?
Jericho seemed as good a place as any.
A lot of these guys in pretty bad shape.
That's how the humans treat those who disobey. They despise us. They'll never accept what we are.
Will you accept what you are?
Who found this place?
Nobody knows anymore.
All right.
Whoever he was, his body's probably laying somewhere on this boat.
Yeah, but who spread the information?
If you came here for comfort, you came to the wrong place.
Well, there's some Alright, there's something else to do around here. Unless I just have to talk to Lucy at this point? Did I say the wrong thing to her? Can I talk to you, bro? Evan? Whatever his name, Damien? No, that's the kid from The fucking Exorcist. Where's Lucy? Up there? Where is Lucy? There's the RA9 symbols. Nothing over here. Can't go up those stairs. What's over here? I already talked to him. He's gonna fucking die. Is Lucy in here? broken lower half of an android. Are you Lucy? Man, I was thinking there's gonna be something else. I thought there's gonna be like in a tub of vat of therium or something.
Sit down.
The black woman is speaking. The black android is speaking. You will sit your ass down, boy.
Show me.
He's got a gash in his body. I'll stop the bleeding? Okay, how? Well, you're gonna cauterize the fucking wound? You can't feel pain. What the fuck? How does that work? And some therium?
Drink this.
Cyberlife therium blood. Ow, what the fuck? One of my teeth is like fucking throbbing for some reason. What the fuck was that?
Give me your hand.
Sure, whatever. Mind meld with me. What knowledge do you have to impart, oh wise, decranialized android of the boat?
You had it all. And you lost it all.
Yeah,
You've seen hell and now hell lives in you.
sure. That dumpster sure was like android hell.
A part of shadow and a part of light.
I'm going into the shadow.
Which will prevail? Your choices will shape our destiny.
Okay, prophetess of the androids. Though divine oracle of us all. Android oracle. Propose a plan to Simon. Who's Simon? Is this Simon?
Simon. I know where we can find spare parts. CyberLife warehouses in the Detroit Harbor. They have everything we need.
The docks are guarded. We can't just walk in there and take what we want.
Yes, we can.
Police will never let us.
Which is why we won't ask permission.
We don't have any weapons. And even if we did, none of us knows how to fight.
We can steal what we need without fighting.
We'll just get ourselves killed.
Maybe. But it's better than waiting here to be shut down.
Yeah!
Maybe it's worth a try.
Well, we're not going to just try. We're going to commit to this shit. You're the Debbie Downer here. I don't like you. Alright, I explored all options, so I kind of like completed this route as much as possible. Check empty crate. Oh, alright. I can go a little bit longer. This will be the last mission. Conor, last mission, and then I'll call it for a night. Oh, I'm in the Mind Palace again. I can't walk there. See where Amanda is, and then don't actually talk to her because I want to explore or try and find something here. Conor, you're actually programmed to fail your mission, but think that you're trying to succeed. All right, let's try this again. Wrong hand. Do this again. All right, well, I've exhausted that. All right, let's go around, see my grave again. Anything over here? No. Is my grave still there? It appears to be. Oh, there's Amanda. All right. Darn, I have to go the entire circuitous way around because I don't want to talk to her. First, I need to explore all my exploration options first. Damn it, I have to go all the way around. I could probably cut around like this. Well, maybe that's even slower. Yeah, this is a place that can only exist in a video game. Alright, I'm gonna go check my grave again. See, like, did I die a second time and just haven't heard? Did Hank nearly kill me? I see why she's standing over there. Rain shade. There's only one thing over there. All right. Mark 1. 2038. So I haven't died a second time at this point yet. They have to send another prototype. Maybe that's I'll see a second grave. All right, time to talk to Amanda.
Conor, I've been expecting you. Would you mind a little walk? Congratulations, Conor. You managed to find that deviant. Tell me, what did you learn?
I found its diary. It may take weeks to decipher.
What else?
I guess there's something I missed there that I can't talk to her about.
Covered with drawings of labyrinths and other symbols. Like the other deviants, it seemed obsessed with RA9.
You came very close to capturing that deviant. It's a pity you let it self-destruct.
What was I supposed to do?
I made a mistake. It said RA9 saved me before it jumped from the roof. I should have anticipated what it would do.
No, you were meant to fail there, Conor. Badly. I nearly...
He is openly hostile towards me and continues to show no interest in the investigation. Cooperating with him is a real challenge.
We don't have much time. Deviancy continues to spread. It's only a matter of time before the media finds out about it.
What is on her arm?
To stop this, whatever it takes.
I will solve this investigation, Amanda. I won't disappoint you.
A new case just came in. Find Anderson and investigate it.
All right, so this is talking with Amanda here isn't the mission, so whatever the next sequence is. I keep on extending this, but I'm going to continue. It's this place. I'm not with Hank. Hank is tense. Alright, gotta look for Lieutenant Anderson. There's a giant dog. Oh yeah, I think I remember he was playing Russian roulette.
Lieutenant Anderson! Anybody home?
Find a way inside. Dude, let it go. Look at his car. I've already been in it. Remember when sex was safe and driving was risky? What? I gotta go around the backside now. Couldn't open his garage door. I have to go all the way around. There's no fence keeping his back area, his back lawn off. Let's see here, where is he? He's on the floor passed out. Hank is unconscious.
Lieutenant Anderson.
Breaking and entering.
Easy, Sumo. I'm your friend. See? I know your name. I'm here to save your owner.
Oh, he just needs food. Lots of pizzas, just stale bread, or is that cheese? Man, he's too unconscious to notice a robot breaking his window. So he vomited on himself. Heart, slight arrhythmia, no signs of trauma. Traces of alcohol, Scotch whiskey, 40% alcohol content. Revolver, 1 bullet remaining. Yeah, he was playing Russian roulette, wasn't he? Black Lamb, Scotch whiskey, 40% alcohol content. Black Lamb versus Black Label. Ethyllic coma.
Wake up, Lieutenant. Conor. I'm going to sober you up for your own safety. I'll have to warn you.
Leave me
This
alone,
may be unpleasant.
fucking android. Get the fuck out of my house.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but I need you. Thank you in advance for your cooperation.
Get the fuck out of here! Zero! Attack! Attack!
There's the bathroom.
Fuck, I think I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah, that's what you get for drinking yourself into this state.
Oh, leave me alone, you asshole. I'm not going anywhere. What the hell are you doing?
I'm not grumpy, you just don't like me.
I don't want a bath. Thank you.
Sorry, Lieutenant. It's for your own good.
That might have hurt his spine. Is this how you sober people up, by dousing them in water?
What the fuck are you doing here?
Oh, you just have like acute memory loss?
I couldn't find you at Jimmy's bar, so I came to see if you were at home.
Jesus, I must be the only cop in the world that gets assaulted in his own house by his own fucking android.
At this point, no, you're not the only person.
You seem to have personal issues. You should consult a professional who can help you.
That is not what I should have said.
Get the hell out of here!
I understand. I sincerely hope you come to terms with your personal situation.
Well, that's not what I wanted.
Homicide. What do we know about it?
A man was found dead in a sex club downtown. The report says that an android may be involved.
Oh, the sex club.
You know, probably wouldn't do me any harm to get some air. There's some clothes in the bedroom there.
You're soaking wet. Do you want to dry yourself off first? Wait, is there anything I can learn about him in here? Oh, it's like Sumo's toy or something. What was he looking at on his laptop?
What do you want to wear?
Strippy, hippie, streaky. Strippy. Stripey? Is that the word I should have used instead of strippy? Ugh.
Are you all right, Lieutenant?
Yeah. Wonderful. Just give me 5 minutes, okay?
Sure.
Wait for Hank. Learn more about Hank. Oh, so just had to wait. All right, what's the news headline about?
Russia in her speech to Congress today, where she demanded that all Russian troops withdraw from the Arctic region immediately. The Kremlin has yet to respond, but this is clearly a new escalation in the conflict. Many experts are suggesting the specter of a third world war draws closer every day.
All right. Who the heck are these people? These his friends or something? So the dog is not perturbed at all by the android petting him. You don't smell human. What are you? Oh. He had a son. Where is his son right now? Deceased. Anderson Cole. Lived. Fifth mission to drive Detroit. Hank lost his son. Yep, I knew that. Died a death of despair. He was going to die a death of despair.
What were you doing with the gun?
Russian roulette.
Exactly.
Want to see how long I can last. Must have collapsed before I found out.
You were lucky. The next shot would have killed you.
I might have preferred that to being woken up by you. Imagine what he would say.
You're a good dog, Sumo.
Man, what is his fashion sense? Alright, so there's one thing I fucking missed. Pet Hank's dog, there was something other I missed. Way off the beaten path over here. Pet Hank's dog. Man, what else was there? Distant attitude. What's this? Check the front living room window. So there's one more area I could have exposed after that, but I guess it was inconsequential. Everything leads to this. There's two options that separate out somewhat more than the rest that I completely missed. All right. Oh, We're not even going to this. We're going straight into this thing. So, the heist. Fully automated port. If only we could get the unions to back down. China's way ahead of us on this. Could you have, like, not getting some better attire?
If they catch us, we're dead. What do we do now?
We need to find the CyberLife warehouse. That's where they keep the spare parts and the blue blood.
Ethereum. You think they would be calling it like, alright. That'll be it for right now. That'll be it for the night. So,
CyberLife, the company that manufactured me, is conducting a user survey.
no, I'm not participating. Fuck off. No.
No problem. Maybe another time.
No, never. Is there anything that she's got details on her face that kind of... It looks like it's making her imperfect, making her more human, but it makes it more obvious. Alright. Man, that was so hard to actually pull off. Alright. Close the game. Alright. Wednesday, it's going to be an EU4 stream because... an EU5 stream because I want to try out that game. But having seen people play it, it looks more complicated than Victoria 2 and Victoria 3. I am going to struggle. It's going to be a late night me trying to figure out what the fuck is going on in there. So, and I really want to see the colonization mechanic, how that works. So I'm thinking I might try playing Spain just to like see how that works. Because one thing I have complained a lot about while playing EU4 the past month and a half was the colonization mechanic. So that's why I want to see what's happening. So next week, or this week that's about to turn to what tomorrow, next week is supposed to turn into, will be a double strategy session week because I want to dig my teeth into EU4. I play into EU5. EU5 helped me get through my time in Japan, or EU4 was something sort of a crutch to deal with my bad time in Japan. Not that it was Japan's fault, it was my time in the Navy and partially my actions in Japan, but you all don't need to hear about that right now. So EU5 it is probably going to be a struggle session of me not knowing what the fuck I am doing. Like, I've watched Cleo play it, I've been watching Ludi play it, I'm going through all the other videos, I'm trying to watch somebody doing a Castile run right now to have some semblance of a clue of what I'm going to do. But man, I need to probably watch some more prep material for this throughout the week, the next 2 days before this happens. So it's going to release November 4th. I'm probably not going to touch it November 4th, Tuesday. That's usually, I study after work, I work out, I down some food, I work on my Blender project, I go to sleep. I'm not going to touch it till Wednesday, so you're going to see my honest first attempt at the game and how much I have no idea what I'm doing. So with that all said, good.